All right. Wow, thank you. Let me start the show. Round of applause. Thank you. Welcome, everybody out there to Internet Land. Welcome to the SOSCAST, only here on Valuetainment. I'm your host, Adam Sosnick. This is a special event, a special edition of the SOSCAST, because we are running polls. We got some poll workers here, not those type of poll workers that we typically have here on the SOSCAST. On certain shows, ladies, get your mind out the gutter, Shay. I know you like to S-T-R-I-P. She likes to strip, save, tackle your retirement planning, invest,
and
plan for the future. That's her definition of trip. But listen, guys, the game has completely changed in terms of the political and cultural phenomenon that is America today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Joe Biden is no longer in the race.
Thank God.
Did you guys get the news?
Or alive, possibly.
Yep.
Or live, possibly. Thank you, Brandon, on his conspiratorial conversations.
I'm not hiding in a basement.
You're not hiding in a basement. And it looks like there's a lady named Kamala Harris that might be the Democratic nominee for president. We'll see. So we're going to have a conversation today around many different conversations of what is America ready for? So I'm going to throw a bunch of questions your way, guys. Put up your thumbs if you have a right. If you have a red or green, throw them up. Just hand them up.
Which color?
Okay, either one. That's it. The reason I didn't tell you your color is because at any point, you might be throwing up a red, you might be throwing up a green. So the game has completely changed. The race has changed, literally. It went from an old white guy to a black lady. I don't see color, bro. I'm like Stevie Wonder out here, but they tell me that she's half black, half Indian. I don't know, Brandon, do you know of any?
That allegedly half black, half Indian, but it could be like an Elizabeth Warren situation where it's like 0.1%.
She's Native American?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here,
Yeah,
Pocahontas?
Right.
So today, you guys are going to help us do the poll. Now, here's the deal. I see all these polls out there. Quinnipiac says this, Ipsos said this, ABC said this, CNN, Fox. I've never done a poll, and I've never met anybody who has done a poll. I mean, I've been to 11 a few times in Miami. I've seen some poll workers, right?
Yes.
But has anyone here, all right, red or green, let's test this out. Red or green, have you ever done a political poll? Go ahead. No. Of course, our friend from Turning Point USA has done a poll. Where'd you do a poll?
My Instagram. I run polls all the time.
Oh, that's the same.
Yeah, it is.
I'm saying, have you
surveying the
been asked to do a poll? Everybody's done a poll on Instagram.
No, but
have
like
you been
for politics.
approached by any polling agency to
Oh, I've
do
done
a
a poll. Yeah.
Okay, so either way, you're green.
Either way, I've done a poll.
Gotcha.
Personally.
You're trying to hit us with an Instagram poll. Stop it.
No,
done those.
no, but like political polling.
I got you.
Yeah, you do like street interviews, right?
Yeah.
You've done that.
You've done street interviews.
All the polls.
So I don't know anybody that's done a poll. Everybody on this panel has not done a poll except for our friend from Turning Point. So let's talk to the people. Everybody here does a totally different line of work. There's nobody here that's in politics except for you.
Yep.
Right? And me, sort of. But we're going to have an entire conversation today about what America is ready for. Now, before I introduce our amazing panel, let's kind of do some housekeeping items because we have a massive event coming up here, South Florida, West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. Patrick Bet-David and a little phenomenon you might have heard of named The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be there. And you, entrepreneurs, everyone is looking to network, improve, strategize their business, grow their business, be around like-minded individuals, grow everything in their life. There's a 3-day conference we call The Vault. And last year we had, what's that one guy that played quarterback that one time? Oh, Tom Brady was there. Yeah, that little guy. And what was that one guy? He was like pretty good at fighting. What was his name? Oh, Mike Tyson was there. So this year we have the biggest name in Hollywood, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, going to be there. So if you're interested in being a part of what we're putting together here at Valuetainment, you want to join The Vault, Alejandra, do we have a link or something we can pull up?
Yes.
Yes.
See, look at that input from my team. They're freaking amazing. Yes. We have a lineup that you're going to be ready for. We're going to also have more speakers there, but I always say this. There's always the product and there's always the marketing in any company that you're doing. There's the steak and the sizzle. The sizzle is The Rock. The sizzle is Tom Brady. The sizzle is Kobe Bryant when PBD interviewed him. Amazing, amazing thing. But the steak is getting better, improving, strategizing, growing your business, and that you do that for 3 days here in Palm Beach. No matter if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a CEO, if you're a C-suite, you're just like, yo, dude, I need to get my shit together. You learn all that and then some over 3 days at the Vault. Anything I've forgotten at?
No, make sure you guys get your tickets because it's selling really fast.
Selling out fast.
Yes.
Thank you for that. So let's meet our amazing panel and then we'll start the show. So guys, we got to go really fast. So you're going to just say, I'm going to call on you. You're going to say, and you say what you do and what you're known for. Okay? Don't be shy. This ain't the time to be shy.
Okay.
All right? Someone who I know is not shy. That's why I'm going to start with him. We're going to get him out of his comfort zone right now. I think this is his first podcast he's ever done. But this is my guy, Jorge Gomez. He runs the door at my bar called Bodega in South Beach. This guy, his nickname, can we tell him what the nickname is, Jorge?
Yes.
God.
Can we say what the nickname?
Say it.
Listen.
Listen, he's called the Pussy Whisperer.
Wait, where did you
What?
get that from?
Jorge, tell us about yourself real quick.
Well, I'm Jorge, and I work at Bodega. I'm the doorman, bottle service, reservations, customer service, a pussy whisperer.
He does it all.
He does it.
Anything that you need, I
Anything
take
that you
care
need
of
to
it.
talk to Jorge. Bodega's the #1 bar in all of South Beach. We have how many locations right now in South Florida? I think 6 different locations. Fort Lauderdale, West Palm. We should probably do something in West Palm during the Vault. We'll circle back on that. Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, Milker Mile, Chicago. More to be coming soon. Visit Jorge at Bodega. But Jorge,
Come say what's up.
I expect the real Jorge today.
Me too.
That's it.
I'm holding
Me too,
back.
Jorge.
Okay. To my left, she's a political commentator for Turning Point USA. It's Morgan McMichael.
That's me. I'm Morgan McMichael. I'm a Gen Z political commentator, cultural commentator, full-time content creator, and I work full-time with Turning Point USA and gonna bring all the political, cultural insight here.
That's right. How old are you?
24.
Okay, what's the cutoff to Gen Z these days? 26?
I think it's 26 or oh no, maybe 28.
Shit, Gen
I
Z.
know. I'm on the younger
By
end.
the way,
I'm not Gen
Do you
Alpha.
know how old the oldest millennial is now?
No.
You?
Is
Your age.
Yeah. 43 years old.
43?
Millennials are no longer kids
are up to
anymore.
43?
Yeah, straight up.
Damn.
We old out here. Millennials.
Gen Z.
Millennials got gray hair now.
Here for the
And
Gen
are bald
Zers.
and are saving for retirement, we hope. But thank you for being here. Morgan, say hi to Charlie for me.
I will.
A new friend of mine, Annie Cooper's in the house. Health, wellness space, right? Annie, tell us
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a former athlete, started a personal training and nutrition business, have a podcast as well. So a little bit of everything in the health and fitness world.
Nice. Well, I know a guy to your left that could use a little health and fitness because he's a beast in the gym. And he's also a beast with
Rar.
geopolitics. It's our friend Brandon Acito.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Brandon, tell us where to find your channel.
You can find my channel in the VT network. Brandon Aceto is the name of the channel. You can also find me on all socials, Brandon Aceto.
Nice.
Thank
Well,
you.
there's an interesting guest to your left because I said this before. I'll say it again. We couldn't afford the real J-Lo because she's going through a little divorce right now with my good buddy Ben Affleck. So we got J-La in the house.
J-La.
J-La, I'll tell you what you helped me do. You helped me realize I don't have to have it as long as I believe it. Yeah, J-La said, I'm a mogul. I said, you got money in the bank? Not yet. I said, you created businesses? Nah, I'm working on it. Hey, you got an empire? Not so far, but I'm a mogul. As a man, I want to be able to do that. I want to say, I got no money, I got no business, I got no enterprise, but I'm a billionaire.
Yes.
Thank you for helping me do that.
Yes, pull that video up in 5 years too. I want to highlight that.
She's gonna show us some
got
secrets.
it.
Yeah, I want to
You
highlight. I
got
want to be
that.
like, woo,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did it.
Yes.
That's our girl. That's our mogul,
yeah.
J-Lo.
Yes, hey
Okay.
y'all. My name is Jayla Anderson. I'm from Miami, Florida. I do acting, music, comedy, influencer, entrepreneurship, and I ain't broke, but I got some things going. We finna get a lot of money.
I ain't saying that she broke, but she ain't messing with her. Okay. We know how that goes. Our good friend Shay is back. S-T-R-I-P, but she's not doing it on the pole, but she can help us be a poll worker today. Shay, what's new in your world?
Dreams.
Dreams. She's got dreams. I asked Shay what type of man she's interested last time she was here. She's like, I don't know, just he's got to be a guy.
That'd be a good guy.
Something.
That was it. I was like, can he be tall? Can he be short? Can he be fat? Can he be round? She's like, all
Just
of a
man.
sudden, there's a man.
Just
But then
a
you said
man.
something actually good.
What did I say?
You're like, if he's fine,
Oh yeah, he's
he
mine.
mine.
If he fine, mine.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. So
Anyway.
funny.
That part.
Speaking of fine, but she not mine, we got Laura Padrino in the house.
That was quite the intro.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mom,
Adam.
wife, entrepreneur, best Cuban restaurant in all of Miami. Shout out to Padrino's. Where can we find you?
So Laura Padrino, as he said, not sauces. I have a hubby. And yeah, we have 5 locations across South Florida. My brothers and I are 3rd generation owners of Padrino's Cuban restaurants.
That's right. Shout out to those platinos. A guy who probably knows a thing or two about platinos is our friend Flava.
Definitely.
He's a comedian, mommy. Are you Cuban?
Yeah, I am Cuban.
Are you?
Just go ahead. Just have a little Cuban moment right here.
Autochtone,
Apparently.
yeah, of course.
What's your favorite type of food? Cuban food?
Oof, that's hard. There's a lot.
You got ropa vieja. You got carne asada. What do you got?
La yuga, amoro, with some nice empanizado. That's the way to go.
Nice.
Yeah,
There's like white people out there that are like, what the hell
What
did he
did I
just
just
say?
say?
White people
He just
sound
said,
good. I'm
I'm
like, huh?
pasado.
Go to Padrino's. You'll find out.
That's true.
Yeah,
You been to Padrino's?
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you perform? You perform with the Miami Improv? You got a crew down there?
Yeah, I
What's your-
got a show August 8th right now coming up at the Improv. It's my first live show. I've been on stage before, but this is my baby now.
Congrats.
Okay.
Who are you performing with?
I'm going to be there with Luis Diaz, Ellie Rodriguez. We got Lynette's storybook there, and I got a special celebrity guest that if you show up, you might
Shout
find
out
out
to
who
the
it is.
Miami Improv. Congratulations,
Yeah, exactly.
bro.
Thank you.
How long
thank
have you been doing comedy for?
This started like a year and a half ago.
Okay, you're a rookie.
Yeah, kind of.
We're
Yeah,
going to jump you in.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Okay,
not too much.
nice. Last but not least, Carla is in the house. Carla, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Carla, Miami native. I go by Credit Carla across all social media platforms. A client actually gave me that nickname, and it's been a hit ever since. So, as you can guess, I help people improve their credit score. But now I'm mainly focused on new business owners who just have no idea what they're doing and who need capital.
Nice. There's a lot of those businesses. You're the type of person that would do great at the Vault. Did I mention that we're doing an event called the Vault with the Rock one is coming these days? I don't know.
Yes.
We got comedians. We got Credit Carla. We got strippers, but not that kind of strippers. We got poll workers. We got pussy whisperers. We got fitness. We got healthcare. We got politics. We got geopolitics. And we got freaking moguls in the house. Welcome to the SOSCAST. But it wouldn't be a SOSCAST day if we didn't have the body known as Natty in the house.
Hi everyone, happy SOSCAST Day. Yeah, Natalia Del Valle, welcome to the channel. Welcome to today's episode. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Everybody's information is down below, including the link for Vault. So make sure you guys check that out. Super excited today because we have such a diverse panel. Adam texted me at like 10:30 at night. He's like, we need a diverse panel. I'm like, I already got you.
I already got you.
So it's going to be super
That's right.
great today. Yeah, let's get this party started with Alejandra too.
Oh.
Miss Alejandra.
Como se
here.
dice my 5'11", a.k.a. 5'1" friend over there.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
We were having-
Hi.
I said, we need to have tall people to protect Trump. She goes, I'm 5'11". I said, I'm 6 foot, and you're definitely more than 1 inch shorter than me. Turns out that what happened, Alejandra?
What's a mistake?
Extra one. She had an
What
extra
was
one.
the mistake,
Extra
Alejandra?
one. Just extra number there.
She was thinking of her ID that says 5'1". She wanted to dream a little bit, and she made herself 5'11" overnight.
Yep.
Very interesting. You guys ready to start the show?
Let's go.
Okay, my only one request, when I say red or green, hold it up high.
In the middle.
The one, red, green, hold it up high.
Yes.
What?
Oh, now?
Hold it up high.
No.
Who can hold it the highest?
I'm red because
Okay,
I'm
everyone has to hold
argumentative.
it next to your face. That's the rule. At least. Gotcha. So I can see your face with the red and the green. Okay, you guys ready?
Ready.
Politics, culture, dating, finance, romance,
Let's go.
and a little bit of what Jorge likes to do
Oh.
from time to time. Okay. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Okay, guys, so the game has changed. The race has changed. Literally, the race of the candidate, likely the Democratic candidate, has changed. It's Kamala Harris. It's no longer Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, time to go to sleep. We know this. So they're basically saying, listen, Democrats, thanks for coming. No matter who you put out there, you ain't beating Trump this time. But there's a lot of people saying, no, not so fast. Let's see if the Democratic Party can actually pull a little rabbit out of its hat. So there's a guy named Harry Enton. He went on CNN. He's a CNN poll expert. And he started talking about, listen, here's what's going on in America. I don't think you're going to beat Trump. Let's pull up this clip, Alejandra. He sounds the alarm on how difficult it'll be for Kamala Harris to beat Donald Trump. So, ready for that?
Yes.
That's not this one. That's the other one. Perfect.
Sound.
Go ahead.
difficult to beat Donald Trump, and I want to give you an understanding of why. Let's take a look here just first at the favorable views of Donald Trump. We know that Donald Trump has historically been unpopular, but take a look now. After the Republican National Convention, in the ABC News Ipsos poll, he recorded his highest ever favorable rating at 40%. That's not a one-off. Take a look at the Quinnipiac University poll, 46%. That's the highest ever in that pollster. The fact is, Donald Trump is more popular now than he ever has been before. So yes, Democrats can make this switcheroo, but they're still going to have to beat Donald Trump, a Donald Trump who is stronger, Sarah, than he has ever been before.
Okay. So here it is.
No.
We're going to get into a lot of politics today. We're going to get a lot of culture today. Just on the surface, what you know now, if Kamala is the candidate, can she beat Donald Trump?
No
Is that
shot.
even possible? Red or green? Okay. No, 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 no. You're saying yes.
But
No, no, no. So the only person here who thinks that Kamala can beat Donald Trump is the guy that is definitely voting for Donald Trump. Can I
me
make a
out.
guess what you're going to say?
Can you take a guess? Yeah, take a guess.
Gen Z.
They're going to cheat. Go
They're
ahead.
gonna cheat.
Give us
Yeah.
the cheating answer.
These people are willing to burn the entire world down to make
Yes.
sure they stay in power. So I don't, they have everything possible up their sleeves. They could, let nuclear bomb loose. They could, knock out the power grid. They could launch a cyber attack like they did the day after the RNC, which I don't think was an accident. So I don't think these people are willing to do anything to make sure they stay in power. I don't think that Kamala's going to be the long-term candidate. I think they're going to figure something out. But if she is, there's nothing that's off the table with what they're willing to do. So that's not my first guess. If you told me to make a bet on it, I would bet that Trump's going to beat her if she's the candidate. But it is possible that she wins because of that.
Okay, gotcha. So the only person to pull up that Joe Biden clip, because we're going to have a discussion of if Kamala's even the candidate, we know that it's going to be Trump. The whole thing surrounding Trump, by the way, you know that Biden showed up out of nowhere yesterday and gave a speech.
Oh.
Anybody see it?
Or was it AI?
Deep fake.
A lot of people say it's AI. these days.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the whole thing is Biden stepping down. He's basically saying, Kamala, it's your turn. Ain't nobody vote for Kamala. Just, pass the torch. He used it. But then they use these words, threat to democracy.
Yep.
Play this clip. Go ahead.
Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands.
You
Okay.
did it, Joe. You
did
read
it.
all the words.
That wasn't that wasn't AI. That
That
was
was a little.
definitely-
You think that was AI?
No, that's not AI.
Was him?
When I heard the.
Well, they had to make it look believable.
Right.
Padrino,
You're right,
you, said,
yeah, yeah, no.
you said something very interesting there because
You
you're a
did
wife,
it,
you're a mother.
Joe.
How impressed are you that he read all the words?
You did it, Joe. You read all the words and the hard ones like republic and monarchy. You did it, Joe. Yeah, no. As a wife, what Jill is doing, if that is really him, is so embarrassing. I've likened it to even if you're not married, if your boyfriend is out and drinking too much, you for his well-being, if he's acting a little bit funny, you pull him to the side because you don't want him to be embarrassed. Imagine that on the global scale. Just any respect for your partner, for your spouse, boyfriend, whatever it is, you're maybe, just stand over here for a little bit. Just basic respect. And she is completely putting him out on the street for everybody to see his
She's called an
decline.
enabler.
Oh.
Right?
It's not even no, I wouldn't say enabler is you're allowing him to do something bad, which yes, but you're allowing him to be seen as this super weak man. And it's just it's not a good
So
look.
I like what you did there. You said, listen, whether you're married, whether you have a boyfriend, as a wife, it's kind of your job to make sure your significant other's
It's
representing.
I wouldn't say it's your job, but it's basic respect in a partnership that you don't want your partner to look awful. That's in little settings. Imagine on the global stage. It's just, I don't know. I don't find it that.
But she's done it already. She doesn't care. She's getting paid.
She doesn't. Oh no, I'm
She's
saying she
getting
doesn't
paid.
care.
She's
I'm just saying it's a bad look.
He
She's
answered all the
squeezing
questions.
as much out of
Well,
him.
guys, red or
You did it,
green?
Joe.
I just want. By the way, it's no fun if everyone has the exact same answer. So
So change
be
it up
yourself.
like Brandon.
No, I'm just saying, be yourself.
Well, I
you're not-
agree 100%
Nobody's
with
getting
Brand.
canceled.
Yeah.
here. Here's the question,
cheating will
though:
ensue.
red or green?
It's gonna happen.
Is Donald Trump actually a threat to democracy? Red or green?
Brandon Aceto.
You'll see. You'll
No,
see.
no, yes, no, not, no. So, Flavor, you think that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy? Tell us why.
Yeah, there are radical groups behind Trump. Well, that's no surprise to anybody. So
Like who?
him having in power, I mean, the groups that came in on January 6th, we have people that if Trump doesn't come in power, or if they feel like they're cheated out, or maybe he does come in power and they feel more empowered, you could see them acting a certain type of way. I'm not saying it's directly correlated to Trump, but maybe the way they start to feel, it could cause a shift. It's potential. Not saying it would, but it could happen.
You're saying that there's a threat right there. Who's going to ask something back?
Would you say that BLM and the pro-Hamas people are equally a threat to democracy than on the left?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's radical groups on both sides, but it's more saying that there is on his side. Not saying it's him, but
There's good people on both sides.
yeah, there's good people. There's bad people.
All right.
Drino for the win.
You wanna know why I said
yeah,
yes?
Brandon, why do you think he's a threat to democracy?
So he's a threat to the the democracy that the Democrats use, because their version of democracy, it represents what they did the other day. Why they took Joe Biden out of the race, and these powers that be, the delegates, they anointed Kamala Harris against the will of the people. So what they say democracy, they mean the system they have in place that limits power to certain people that they approve of. Because I've been saying the past year or two, if they let RFK run as a nominee, he would beat Trump. If they let Tulsi Gabbard run, she would beat Trump. But same thing with Joe Manchin. But they care so much about controlling the candidate that they won't let an outsider in. They have to have a puppet in there. So that's what their version of democracy is, not the actual term of it. So Trump is a threat to that system, to control the person who's in power and let this globalist crap happen and weaken America to the point of having a one world government. So that's what he's a threat to, and I'm all for that, because with the word they use, democracy, that's against all of our best interests.
Gotcha. Annie, what did you answer?
I answered no.
You said he's not a threat to democracy.
No.
Why not?
Well, I think the whole thing in general with politics is that there's never been so much division, I think, as there is now. And so I would kind of argue that there's maybe threats on both sides, and not just on him, because I think we're all doing it. I don't think that he is specifically a threat.
Okay.
I think about you and
J-Law, what were you going to say?
Shug just said, Shug. I said it right? Yeah.
Flavor.
Flavor. Sauce, not sugar.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like, you're
that
right or
what
you're
you're
left.
saying, both of you, what you brought up weren't threats in terms of democracy. You just were talking about violent, like you were saying, like Jan 6, and you were saying like, oh, there's both sides, but that's not a threat to the overarching idea of democracy. I think as the question was posed, it's more threat that people will get rowdy if they don't get their way. But I don't see that as the same thing. Like,
Would you agree that's a fraudulent use of the word democracy when they use it, when they say he's a threat to democracy? Like, they don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're playing with it,
causing,
100%.
when the Democrats say that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, they are causing people on the right and the left to use that for political ammunition. At the end of the day, the left doesn't have the same definition of democracy, absolutely, to where you have Kamala Harris, who was basically just instilled by her own party.
Yep.
And I saw even BLM posted about it, saying that this is not a democratic motion at all. And in reality, you're right that Donald Trump, he's a threat to the system. He is a threat to the system that they have created and profited off of for years. And for the first time in 2016, I think the left actually got their wake-up call, thinking, oh my gosh, there's somebody in our nation who can actually protect the American people and the Constitution and isn't going to be able to be paid and bought off.
100%. And that's why they're so freaked out. And that's why we're seeing like these crazy radical events that we haven't seen. Like within a 10-day span, they almost killed 2 presidents, like the presidential nominee and the current president.
And Jimmy Carter almost died.
Yeah.
We thought we could have lost 3 presidents in a week.
Yeah.
Insane.
no
Last
coincidence.
question of this little segment right here. Donald Trump should be dead right now.
Yeah.
You guys know this?
yeah.
I mean, he got shot in the ear. Everyone, touch your ear. It is 1 centimeter from your freaking brain. The fact that we're not having a funeral for Donald Trump right now is like, what kind of chaos would happen in the country if he actually got shot in the face?
In
Like
front
from the
of
movie
everyone.
In front of everybody. Millions of
Hangover.
people.
The French Revolution, that type of shit.
Borderline.
Civil
Let them
War.
eat cake. So here's my question for you guys. Donald Trump, just whether you like him, whether you don't like him, doesn't even matter. Did you gain more respect from him, or is the exact same amount of feeling you had for him after the whole fight got shot in the face? More respect, Green, the exact same amount you felt with him prior to that?
Exact same. You said exact same.
Exact same. Okay, so you have more Jorge, can you hold it up? You have more, exact same.
Wait.
Oh, no, you have more, exact same, more. So you're the exact same. It's like he didn't do anything to be like help you, hurt, whatever.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
I mean, I feel like that could have happened to anyone. They just happened to choose him, obviously, because he is a threat to the campaign. I respect him as a businessman and as someone who's actually, he's a strange man, but I feel like he has good intentions. But I feel like he also, I mean, nobody wants to get shot, but I feel like he also used that to his advantage. So it's like almost like for show.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Should he have not, though?
you gotta
Should
give
he
him.
have not used it to
I
his
mean, of
advantage?
course, but I'm saying it could have happened to anyone. It just so happened that he
It
was
could
the
have happened
chosen
to
one.
anybody, but
He got street
nobody
cred.
would have responded like that.
Yeah.
Period.
When he came out to Many Men, and I was like, that's the
got
most
street
gangster
cred.
shit I've ever seen
Yup.
presidents
Yup.
do in my
At the
life.
RNC, or where did
Yeah,
it come out to that?
The song Many Men by
Many
50
Men.
Cent.
I saw so many
Men.
takes on
Come on,
Twitter.
bro. That was funny.
But I agree that it could have happened to anybody, but it's not like,
So
people are getting mowed down and giving public speeches. It's not so much, they say that life is 80% of how you respond to what happens to you. Most other people would have ducked, ran for cover. Secret Service would have whisked them away. His famous words were, wait, where my shoes at? AKA, where my dog's at? And then he's like, hold on, fight. And just when he did that iconic photo, it's going to go down as one of the most iconic photos in American history.
Adam,
Yes?
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
a
most
history
mentally
book
tough
photo.
person in the world. Like I wouldn't have said that a long time ago, but after the last 10 years, I literally think he's the most mentally tough person in the world. Because think of the stress that he's been under from the day that he went into office. There was not a chill moment of his presidency where he didn't have the world against him. And then like investigation and whatever the Congress voted him out twice. Then gets out. They try to bankrupt him. All the legal stuff. Somehow he gets through all of it. Then the psychological impact of almost dying would like drastically affect some people. But literally 1 week after, not a minute later, he was out there campaigning as if nothing happened. That's insane. And then 2 days later, he's at the RNC. That's insane.
Yeah, I think we definitely
Badass.
downplay all the things that he's gone through. And even you articulating right now, I'm like, yeah, like because it's all happened within relatively like a long time span, that they're not all at once. We're like, okay, that's just normal. No, it's not. Like people don't go through all that. And I don't think, just anybody can get shot, and him capitalizing on it is that just makes sense.
They go after
I
the
mean,
good guys.
Yeah.
If they're doing something good for our nation or doing something good for the American people, then they're going to go after you. And he said it himself. They're not just coming after me. They're coming after you guys. I'm in the way of it. And so this was just honestly evidence. They're going after Trump and they're trying to get through him to control the American people.
Yeah, just look at who they've taken out politically or socially. Lincoln, right?
JFK.
JFK, RFK,
Almost Reagan.
MLK, Tupac. Forget about Tupac, y'all. Biggie.
Like you said, almost
And now
Reagan.
almost Trump. Many men wish death on me, but Trump's alive. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Real quick, the most powerful thing he ever said is the future does not belong to globalists, it belongs to patriots. And that was, I think, the most dangerous thing that he ever said, that put the biggest target on his back.
All right. Brandon, we know where you stand, okay? You're
Nationalism for globalism. Call me crazy.
Okay. Moving right along. It wasn't that long ago in time where the thought of a black man as the president or a female as the president was like, what? Yeah. Do you know the year that the game changed?
2008 was it?
2008. I remember George W. Bush was the president. In 2000, I was an intern in Tallahassee at Florida State at the Capitol. This whole thing was going down in Tallahassee. I was like, holy shit, this politics is real. Bookend with 2008. All of a sudden, anybody at that point could have beat the Republican Party because George W. Bush, it was 9/11 and then 2 wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. It was a freaking mess. Then it culminated with the Great Recession. Enter John McCain. He wasn't beating anybody. But then it was these two people in an epic duel to see who was going to be the next president of the United States. And it was going to be a white woman named Hillary Clinton and a black man named Barack Obama. Now, one of the two was married to a man. That was the president
Allegedly.
of the United States of America. Not making jokes here. So Hillary Clinton was the favorite. We all know what happened. Obama became the president. It wasn't even close. The former First Lady, Nat, help me out here. What does it say?
Former First Lady came to the race as the front runner in the polls, but that's not how it ended.
Okay. So what we learned in 2008, forget about personality. Obviously, Obama is more likable and just more, I guess, real. I'm saying on the actual surface of demographics, America was more prepared to vote for a black man versus a white woman.
Yeah.
The proof's in the pudding. Cool. So a man beat a woman at the end of the day. Fast forward to 2016. There was a little election with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. We know who won that election. Donald Trump. He's coming back for a third situation. So here's my question, red or green. Is America officially now, 2024, ready for a female president? Yes or no?
No. Oh, God, no. Please.
No, no, yes, yes, no. Yes, no, yes, yes. Okay. Shay, you say no. You say America's not ready for a female president. Why not?
Jacob, burn that.
I love that shit. Shay, why is America not ready for a female president?
I mean, because like that position itself it was meant for a man. They made it to be for a man. So like, she ran twice and didn't get it. Why?
So
would
does that
it
mean
work
just
now?
females should stop running?
I mean, yeah, they should be at home being housewives.
Oh, that's my girl.
Straight up.
Yes. I tweeted this yesterday. I guess posted on X. I said, "So, like, call me sexist, but I don't think women belong in the role of being a president. I don't think
Secret Service.
Or Secret
I
Service.
mean, we can
yeah.
help them out though, like like organizing and stuff like that. But like, I don't think they should be.
I love her.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh, she's so old
For the
school.
ladies first, and then we'll do the gentlemen. Ladies, yes or no? Should women even be the presidents of any countries? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Just the women.
Should.
Just the women. Should
Brandon.
women be presidents?
It's not
Okay,
ideal.
so the only
It's not
okay, so
ideal.
yes and yes. Gentlemen, just the gentlemen. Should women run countries? We have one green.
You think I'm going to hit you? I won't
Two
hit
reds.
you. You can answer honestly.
How about this, gentlemen? Should women be CEOs of Fortune 500 companies? Yes or no?
Maybe depending the company.
No.
Wait. Did you say yes?
Hold on.
Country, not to
The men. The
Should
men.
women be CEOs of Fortune 500 companies? The biggest country companies in the world. Saying yes, he's saying no. So hold on. You're
Yes.
saying that they should run
Yes.
the country, but not a
Not a
company?
business.
I'll get there.
Go ahead, Flava.
All right, so as far as presidencies or even monarchies, we've seen it in play before. Sometimes having that maternal figure there relates very well to the people. We've seen Queen Elizabeth do it, and where they'll love her, and it's long live the queen, and you can create a fanaticism sort of around a woman when you put her in that position of power. A Fortune 500 company, I feel like, and this obviously is not to offend any woman here, but monthly there are cycles, so there's
I'm so
business
offended.
decisions that are going to be made.
What's the difference
And
between
Do
that
you
and
get
the
your
president?
cycle?
Though?
I had
Do you
an
know what it's
argument
like?
the other day because we're moving out of my house, and my girl wanted me to move a couch from one empty room to the other. And I told her, what's the logic behind this? She's like, I just want it done. And she was PMSing, and I knew she was, and I'm like, damn.
So
if
you're
she
imagine
wanted
this
the
in a
couch in
Fortune
a
Now,
different-
now I'm
Is it-
offended
everybody
for
going
you.
there?
Hold on, let's stay here for a second. You're married?
I gotta, basically, yeah.
How many kids you got? You got kids?
I got 2 kids that are mine, and I got 2 stepkids.
Okay,
That's a
gotcha.
lot
So
of
you're with your girl, you got basically 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, breaking news. Are you saying that women from time to time can be emotional?
Yeah, surprise,
true.
right?
What?
Nobody knew.
I thought they were just completely logical, steadfast, stoic. I've never dealt with an emotional woman. Where'd you find this very unique figure?
The only one, right?
Yeah, it's the only one.
The only one.
Carla had something to say.
I forgot what men get emotional too, and they also get their periods.
Men get periods?
I mean, they're emotional.
Explain that.
They go through
What
spikes
kind
of
of
emotion.
in the name of Dylan Mulvaney? What are you talking about?
Okay, let me rephrase that. At the end of the day, we're humans. We're all emotional, men or women, right? But there's also something called emotional intelligence. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, you got to check your emotions. Whether you're running the country or the business, you got to check your emotions. Period.
Well,
Period.
isn't it
Period.
fair to
Mic
say
drop.
that everyone has emotions?
But you got to check
It's
them.
just that certain people tend to be more emotional than others. And certain people tend to use logic more than others. I don't think it's a sex thing. I think it's kind of how you
Depending the
go
person.
through life type
Right.
of thing. But I would say that our friend Flavor here didn't find the lone emotional woman who wants to move a couch to a different room for no reason.
No reason.
Well, when you think about world power and negotiating between countries, and you have a woman in the room and a man in the room, the man is most likely going to get his way, and absolutely men are more logical. Same with Fortune 500 companies. When you have these companies that are controlling a massive amount of money and jobs in our country, you wouldn't want a woman to control any of that. And I don't think that bringing a woman in charge of America is actually going to intimidate any other nation. You really think that Kamala Harris can negotiate with Vladimir Putin? Absolutely not. She didn't even show up to Netanyahu's speech yesterday in Congress. So it's honestly an embarrassment, I think, more. And also, women, we are inherently nurturers, absolutely. But if you are in one of those roles that is innately powerful and more logical, then you're neglecting your family and you're neglecting the things that you need to be nurturing in the home, which is not being on the government stage.
Well, Morgan, let me ask you a question. Respectfully.
That's fine.
You don't seem like a pushover at all. You seem pretty tough. You seem pretty ballsy. You work for Turning Point USA.
It's true.
Ballsy as sort of a metaphor, not
Physical.
Not a deal.
Maybe I'm trans.
like
Just
you
kidding.
breaking news, yo. You're trying to compete in the marketplace. You're trying to get views. You're trying to do your thing. You're no slouch. So how do you view yourself in the marketplace? Like, how do you like, I'm going to go out, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to do well, but not too well because I'm a girl. So how do you grapple with that?
I'm 24, I'm single, and I'm not married, and I don't have kids. As soon as I am married, my number one priority under God will be my husband. And once I have kids, my number one priority under my husband will be my children. And so that's not to say that women can't work. It's not to say that women can't be in culture and in society and productive members of our culture and society in America, but it's where women's priorities lie. And if you are, as a woman or as a mother, not having your priorities focused on your husband and your family and raising future generations in America, then you are being selfish and only serving yourself.
How often do you find yourself in your masculine energy?
In my masculine energy?
Yeah.
When I'm on podcast debating people.
Okay. So what's
than
interesting,
that,
I did before I started having these types of panels, I never even heard about, like, I'm never like, hey guys, I'm in my feminine right now. So just give me a little minute. So, but I see a lot of ladies do that. Like, I was in my masculine. So how do you turn it on and off as a person? Like, how do you grapple with that?
I mean, I'm a feminine woman, and that's something that I think women need to embrace more, is embracing their natural femininity that we are innately given, and stop trying to compete with men. Because I think that's a really big problem that women have, and I think the feminist movement is to blame for that, is that too many women in our society and our culture are trying to compete with men. I don't want to compete with men. I just want to be a voice for other women and empower other women from personally a biblical perspective, and to embrace femininity, not feminism. So I don't really think it's necessarily embracing my masculine energy, but there's a sternness that I have when I'm speaking truth.
Okay, let me talk to Jorge and Annie. She doesn't want to compete with you, Jorge. Do you find that ladies are trying to compete with you, bro?
I mean, if you have a skill and the talent and it's making money,
Right.
go make money.
Sure.
And if you want to have kids and stay home, have kids.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Or
That's it.
Annie,
go ahead.
I just had one thought on this, because we're kind of talking about females and males in power, but what if, and this is just a question, what if it's a woman in power, but she has a team of males? Because, if it's
like advisors.
a Fortune 500 company or president, it's, yes, they're in power, but they're not the only one. Like, they're getting, opinions from other
But
people.
at what point would the men feel a little emasculated that they have to answer to a woman? And how
Maybe,
can
but is that their problem?
Right. That's a personal
This is
problem.
just a question.
How
I'm
can
just
that
wondering
woman
if the
trust the
views
man?
change on that.
It's actually a really good question she's asking. How about this? Let me ask you guys another question. How many women can succeed? Think of it, your number one boss babe, whatever. She most likely has a dude behind the scenes pulling the strings.
I agree.
Whether it's her husband, whether it's her manager.
Pulling the strings or
Do you
supporting?
think a woman
Not always.
can just operate on her own and get shit done just like a man, or no?
No, but that's
Supporting
the
or
thing,
having a
because you
say,
said
yeah.
pulling the
Madrina, go
string.
ahead.
Pulling the strings to me is like that puppeteer, right? Like they're the ones making the decisions. In my situation, well, first I'll ask you, because you were talking about my masculine energy or my feminine energy.
Yeah.
In the times that we've interacted, you'd say I'm in my
masculine energy.
You think probably I'm, alpha in this whole thing. If you ask my husband, I'm like, help me. I'm little. You're strong. Help me. That is how I am. How you said it's like she said, situationally. I don't know. It's just that's what happens. So I'm here defending a point. I'm being passionate or what have you. Okay, I'm masculine, which I don't even like it calling it that. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're we have convictions and we're speaking about them.
Assertive.
But at home, I ask my husband for help with nearly everything, but it's not a pulling of the strings. It's support. So yes, we do need, I think you could have those alpha women that are like the CEOs and all that kind of stuff, but we've talked about that. Then they're like in their whatever 40s, 50s, and they're going, oh man, I missed out. So I'm able to do all the things I do because I have him. So it's not because he's pulling the strings, because he supports so much of what I do and he's able to pick up where I can.
Alejandro, pull up this clip while I pull this up. Before I play this clip real quick, you talk about women, they get emotional. I literally don't know. You guys might not know. Just help me out here. After a certain age, women hit menopause, right? Mm-hmm. And they no longer have their period and no longer as emotional. Mm-hmm. What's the age that women typically hit menopause?
You tell us.
50, 55.
55.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kamala is about to be 60. So she probably no longer gets her period.
But you're just saying after period you don't get emotional?
I don't know.
Well, the still have your cycle.
I guess.
Women are still built. Women are built on a clock. Every single week of the month, you are dealing with literally a different personality and a different woman.
different set of hormones.
Yeah.
And,
So
you're saying Kamala?
You're really tripping Adam up
After-
right now.
after
You're like,
menopause,
wait.
she just becomes a
Each
man.
week there's a new lady.
Hold on,
He
guys.
is stuck.
What is a woman? It's a lot of conversation. I don't even know what it is.
Boobs.
But here we had our friend Janelle have a conversation with us about. She's like, I don't want a woman leader. Period. Play this clip.
You said that women should not be in positions of extreme leadership.
Correct.
Why should women not be leaders?
First of all, it's not innately in their DNA to lead. Women can, if you put a woman as a leader in a high position of leading, she will fail every time. Why? Because she's too emotional. We have way more complex hormones than y'all, right? It's like that time of the month. You think about this. These women want to be presents in these power positions, and your cycle's gonna come, and you're gonna make a decision that's great for our country? No fucking way. No, you're not. You're too emotional. Yeah.
Okay, red or green? Wow. Hold them up. Do you agree with her statement? Red or green?
In presidency?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
In extreme,
Can I go 50-50?
extreme leadership.
Extreme leadership.
So Shay agrees. Laura agrees. Agree. Disagree. Agree. Disagree. All right. So we have two disagrees. Tell us why you disagree.
The main reason why I'm going to say I disagree is because I think a decision is not just made on the fly. Yeah. I think it takes some time to come to a decision. You're talking to a lot of people on your team. Maybe you are past your cycle at that point after the 5 days or the week. And I just think that maybe the more that you think about something, if you're in a position of power, your mindset might change. Your emotions might change. I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Okay.
When I think about that.
What comes to your mind?
I agree with her, and I know they keep talking about this whole emotional, I'm on my cycle, but it's like life goes on. Like, doesn't matter if women get their period or not. We gotta get shit done. Like, so I feel like this whole she's on her cycle. It's like she's still, if she's a mother, she has to wake up, make breakfast. It don't matter how she feels. So I feel like it's just very
I don't like it
outrageous.
as a cop-out answer for I can't. I'm on my period. No.
Okay.
Right. It's something that happens. And
There's more to it. As a woman, you're playing different roles. As a man, you're playing one role. You're a woman. You're playing mom. You're playing sister. You're playing daughter. There's a lot of different roles you're playing as a woman. As a man, you're playing dad. You're playing CEO. You're playing the owner. You're playing, the top person. Women, you're doing different things. How can you be mom and be in your feminine energy and then tell the country what we have to do if we're going to war? That's a really big difference.
There's some stats. There's stats to this though, real quick. So Jack Posobiec said the other day that they did a study about this, and there's actually under female leadership, there's been far more wars over the last 1,000 years. So anytime there's a queen, monarchy, whatever, it's been more likely to go that country goes to war. And I think that's because somebody who's physically weak overreacts from a policy standpoint, and so physical weakness leads to maybe mental weakness in the sense of overreacting to situations when you're under pressure.
But even to be a queen, in order to be a queen, it has to be from the king.
This is why you
There
have
is
the
No,
no
if the king
queen.
dies, you're the queen.
Yes, but
Yeah.
that's the thing is like, you have a king.
Kind of
A
like right
king
now
is
with Kamala.
deemed. A queen has to be like picked, chosen.
Yeah.
So-
Good point. Because you know what I always say about queens? Yes, queen.
Oh
I
my
say it
God.
all the time.
Yes.
Okay,
queen.
here's what I want to know from the ladies. Just the ladies. If you want to
Brandon?
identify as a lady, identify as a lady. I genuinely want to know. I'm curious. We're having this conversation. We're too emotional. The period. I want to know the worst day of like when you're like, dude, this one day, out of nowhere, I got my period, I got emotional, killed 7 people. Like, how bad does it actually get? Because as a man, it's like, no, I just go through my shit, do whatever, do my thing. So my boy pisses me off, I'm gonna have to say a word or two. I don't freak out over something like this. I generally want to know, from a woman's standpoint, how bad does it get? J-Lo.
I mean, it depends on the
Yeah, it
person,
depends.
but I mean, it can get really bad because some people don't have no control. I mean, it goes spiraling out. Maybe the day before, they might be a whole nother person. And then the next day, they wake up like, oh, it was just my, so
Okay.
it levels. It depends. It can get
Gotcha.
crazy though.
Do you have like that one crazy friend you're like, girl, you need to go get checked?
Yes, I've seen it. Like, you got to chill.
All right. Okay. Annie, how bad does it get?
Oh god, I feel like some people get angry and some people just cry. But I think it builds up, and whatever builds up over time and what you're dealing with and how bad you feel, you just it goes either way.
Or you
Angry.
get both.
You
They
yell,
get
you
angry
cry.
and
It's one or the other.
Sometimes you get some angry crying. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
super
build up.
aggressive. Morgan, how bad does it get?
It gets bad. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that women should have access to nuclear codes when they're on that time of the month and have different
'Cause now you
changing
done
in
set it off.
hormones. And it's not a logical decision. And you're correct. Absolutely. Jack's correct. Women do not have what it takes to run a country because we think emotionally and think more politically, socially than we do economically and fiscally.
Yeah. Shay,
They set the
How
bomb
bad
and
does
then
it
the next
get?
day it's like, oh, sorry.
It don't get bad for me, but I've seen people crash out like snapping on people random, just and the whole time it's because of the month. Like it's wild.
just running up on people. Rah, 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 rah.
Shay's just there like,
Okay. All right, Padrino, the lovely Padrino.
No.
How bad does it get down there?
No, I know.
No, I was just thinking this. I meant like down there in
Sideways.
Cuba.
Oh my god.
I
Down
meant
there,
it like that.
down there in Cuba. Well,
about-
I wasn't born there, so I don't know, but probably pretty bad actually. But no, I don't get like the yelling and all that. I just get sad, like she said. Well, not sad. I just but I know it's coming, so then I protect myself.
Okay.
From getting sad. So
Credit, Carla. Surely somebody that deals with money, finances, credit.
Doesn't matter how I feel.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I
How
have
bad
such
does
a
it get?
big opinion about this. Like, yeah, I have my days, but I've been going through it for as long as I've had my period. So it's like by now I know how to manage it. If I have to make a choice or speak, like I know I'm like, wait, that day is not gonna work. I need to be on my shit. But it just really depends. I just
Okay.
feel like you got to know what you're working with your
Gotcha.
body.
Now, Nat, you've never been angry. You never cry. Nat, no, I mean,
Stop the cap.
how bad does it get?
it gets bad. I mean, I have.
Yeah, we know.
No, you know how to just trigger it. That's one thing. But no, it can get bad. It just depends. At the end of the day, you're as a woman, you're dealing with a lot of different things. Like I said, women right now, we have so many choices that it can be overwhelming. Do I want to be a CEO? Do I want to be a housewife? Do I want to be this? Do I want to be that? As a man, you have it. Just get your shit done and be a man. Get a
Yep.
good job, run the house. So as a woman, it can get bad because you start thinking about what's my path? Where am I going? I have to find a husband. Do I want that? So it can get bad. Depends on the day, depends on what's going on that week, but depends on the people who know
Well, hey.
what's happening too.
Good luck out there, Nat.
Yeah.
By the way, we brought in a special guest to help you, ladies. We call him the Woman Whisperer. The Woman Whisperer, what's your advice to these ladies to keep their life together and not kill somebody?
Drink some water.
Take a deep breath, meditate. I don't know.
I dare you
Lots
to
of
tell
wine.
a girl to take a deep breath on
I know.
her
She's
period.
pissed.
This feels like what they call
Unfortunately, I don't
mansplaining.
discuss women's menstruational hypotheticals during that time. I disappear.
I have some advice, Adam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ready? So anytime anybody here is having a difficult time, my one phrase I say to them is like, "Hey, you could be in Gaza. You're in America. This is first world problem. So chill out."
Oh, that's cute. I usually say
Yeah.
drink some water, but I like
Yeah,
that.
it could be in Gaza.
Well,
Yep.
to all the Gays for Gaza crew, we are sponsoring a trip to Gaza. If you would like to go there, We are sponsoring that, so
Yes.
life is better over there. But thank you, ladies, for sharing what's going on.
Sharing and oversharing.
Interesting to know how you ladies feel about women running the world. So when Beyonce said, "Who run the world?" It's not girls.
For
She was
her,
just
for
hyping
her,
up
it's Illuminati.
girls.
But
Interesting.
Yep.
True.
Good
I
to
think
know.
it was
Deep
just,
state.
you know, you know how it is.
Trying to lift up people.
We feel like we running it, but we really like, okay, babe. You know, it's that
We
energy.
run a man's world.
Right, we
The
pump
man's
him
world.
up. If we feel like we run the world, you know, it's just a little mind thing. Like, okay, let her feel like she run the world. Let me get some of that energy.
J-Lo, you know what we call this?
Something
We
like
call
that.
this playing pretend.
Or being Delulu.
Yeah,
But I will
you
say there's a song.
guys do that. Y'all try
This
to
is
make
a
us feel
man's
like
world.
we really running
You
the
know that
world.
song that goes, "This is a man's world," but it would be nothing
Yeah.
without a woman or a girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, sing to him, whisper.
That's it.
I'll see you in 5 days.
That's right.
That's it.
Moving right along. So we had these conversations about men, about women, what's going on. The next question has specifically to do with Kamala Harris.
oh, God. Kamala,
Is
Kamala.
America ready for a black female president? Is America ready? Yes or no? Hold them up.
Nope. You say specifically Kamala because
Is
it's
America
black.
ready for Kamala Harris to be the
Okay.
president? Black female president. Go ahead. I just want to know if America's ready. No. You're saying yes, you're saying yes. Why do you say yes?
I say yes because before Trump was president, everybody was like, no. And look at him now. He done been through the worst of the worst, got shot, and it's still going. So at this point, America is like some kind of movie that we watch. So what's next? Just see. Because we watch Trump just do all of this.
It's almost
she
like
said.
America's a reality TV show.
At this point,
Yes.
look, we watching every day. We pull up our phone, Trump with blood in his stand up. So it's like in the beginning, everybody was projecting the same thing, and now Trump is a lot of the people's favorite. So at this point, give somebody else a shot if y'all gonna do it because y'all did the same thing with Trump and look what happened. So
Yeah, but Jayla,
I don't know.
I'm gonna check my notes here.
I don't know.
Trump isn't a black woman.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, they hated Trump. They hated him, and look, they hate her because she's a black woman.
No, they don't.
I think they hate her because she has a
I don't know. I feel like,
Hold on.
okay, listen.
Who wants to answer this one? Jay?
Absolutely has nothing to do with
Oh, wait,
her
let me
being
finish. Let me
black
correct what I was
Indian
gonna
slash
say.
woman.
I think it's
Nothing.
just because she's a woman. I was just saying,
negative.
like, I think it's just because she's a woman. I
False.
honestly feel like that. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And I feel like when I look at both of them, I don't look at it as like man and woman. Trump, they gave him a shot and look what happened. So I say give her one too to see what happens at this point.
Just give her a shot.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's
to
just how
do
I
with
see it.
Hold on, Brandon.
Oh, come
Annie,
on.
you're
Kill
also
me.
the person.
I'm thinking about
Pump the
that's how I
brakes.
see it.
Annie, you said that America is ready for a black female president. Tell us why.
No, you
I
said
think
Kamala.
they're ready only because I don't think there's going to be any difference. So if they were ready for Biden, I think they would be ready for her. I don't think anything's going to change.
So put yourself in the
$9
mind
gas.
of the average voter. Hey, I'm a soccer mom in Oklahoma, and I'm just paying my bills. Are they ready for her to be the president?
You know what I'm hearing a lot lately is that people are just like, ah, fuck it, it's going to be bad either way. I'm hearing that from a lot of people, which I'm not saying that's right. It's not right, but that's what I'm hearing.
It's the identity
So whether
politics.
You
they're
just
ready-
pulled the people are saying. I don't know. It's what I'm hearing.
She's sprinkling like just.
What do you have to say?
It's the identity politics game, and the left
Yep.
is obsessed with it. You have a black gay woman, oh, automatically they're going to vote for her. Oh, you have a gay guy who's Native American, people will vote for him because it is all about identity politics. It's not about the policy. So you're saying, okay, people are hating on her because she's a woman. No, they're hating on her because 15 million illegal immigrants came into our nation. They're hating her because our national security is a joke. They're hating her because of inflation and people can't afford groceries and gas. And when you just look at the issues point blank, the party itself is self-destructing and they're just instilling her. So I don't think it has anything to do with her being a woman or being black. But you look at, Gen Z Americans and they care more about identity politics than they do policy.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding. Hold on,
Adam,
Brandon. We're gonna host this show.
I have
for
a great
second.
point to make, though.
Hold on, buddy. But Brandon, pump the brakes. Relax. You're gonna get your turn.
Come back to me.
Because you bring up identity politics. Brandon, I'll even give you this chance.
Oh, thanks.
There's something.
He's like, I can't wait.
I get it.
Open the gate.
This guy's getting hard on me.
Open the gate.
There's something in the Democratic Party, especially. It has 3 letters, and it starts with D.
EI.
I.
Brother, exactly. Brandon, define DEI before we have this conversation.
Yeah, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Brandon, say it with a little bass in your voice, bro.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Say it a little sexier now.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Say it like a gay black man.
All right. No, you gave me I could have made my point twice in this amount of time already. So no, but they don't give
but you wouldn't have done DEI.
Yeah. Okay. No, but they don't give a damn about electing a black female president because I guarantee you that if Candace Owens was the candidate, they would treat her exactly like Trump. So it has nothing to do with skin color or gender for them. It has to do with their policies because she would be, even though we're saying a woman shouldn't be president, it has it's like. What are 2% maybe would be great presidents like Kayleigh McEnany, Candace Owens, sure, but like on the law of averages, like it'd probably not work out so great. But it has nothing to do with black, nothing to do with gender. Like when it comes to the mainstream media, they care about the policies they're going to do, then they just use the gender and race as an excuse.
Okay. Yep. So the identity politics of DEI, can we say that the Democrats have owned that position? Yes.
Yeah, it's a way to enforce
so
things.
Allies have now started to urge Trump to minimize the DEI attacks on Kamala Harris and focus on her terrible record because the DEI thing is the wrong hole to go down. Jorge, what were you going to say about DEI?
DEI?
Or just in general, what were you going to say?
Well, I think people hate Trump so much, the anti-Trump people, that they're willing to vote for a dog at this point. So it doesn't matter who, I mean, I'm old school, so Trump got shot, and I'm like an 80s baby, so I'm like, he got street cred, so he got my vote. But I don't identify as a Republican or Democrat. She's got a chance to win me over. Let's hear her speak. But I'm probably not gonna vote for her.
So she has a chance to win you over.
Yeah.
I mean, she has a chance. Everyone has a chance to speak. And
What could she do to win you over?
Seriously.
What could she do to win you
In
over?
3 months.
give me $1 million.
Well,
They'll pay you. So
spend it all
Give
on
me
gas.
$1 million.
So you bring up a good point that everybody's so sick of Trump, blah, 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 blah. I would say the following. I would say in 2020, you're absolutely right. After the first 4 years of Trump and culminated with COVID, I even said, listen, I went on record. I bet everybody around. I'm like, Trump's not going to win this time. Straight up. I made 10 grand. I bet Patrick bet David. I bet this person. Patrick paid me $1,000 on. I told everybody Biden was going to win. Well, I don't know why. Because Biden was actually favored in Vegas. I follow Vegas. I follow the odds. So everyone's like, Trump's going to win. I go, I don't think so. But something's different this time around. And here's the difference. We now have 4 years of what Biden-Harris did to America, to compare with 4 years of what Trump did to America. So I would say there's something called the movable middle. There's a lot of people in the middle, like me, that's like, yeah, Trump, you kind of were crazy, bro. People were over you in 2020, the mean tweets. But 4 years later, I think there's a lot of people are looking who are like, yeah, I'll take those mean tweets with more money in my life, less inflation, less wars, less DEI, less wokeness, less burning of the American flag. I'll take the mean tweets. So there's a lot of people that are basically saying in 2020, no way for Trump. 2024, even though I said no way Trump, I'm totally willing to reconsider this. I think a lot of more people are willing to get on the Trump train now than in 2020. So speaking of DEI, speaking of identity politics, speaking of Kamala Harris, brace for impact, guys, because we're playing the race card here. When they're saying that Kamala Harris is the DEI candidate, does anyone here, and be honest, not know what that necessarily means? Okay. So the DEI candidate, who wants to explain that to her?
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon explains good.
So you know how
So DEI stands for diversity, equity,
like the Oscars.
inclusion.
You know how in the colleges they have to have a certain quota for how many people they have that are like white, black, etc.
Yes.
And sometimes you'll have somebody who's white with a 4.0 GPA, somebody who's black with a 3.4, but they still need more black people, so the black person with the lower GPA gets in instead. So it's the same thing with the business now. You know, they need a certain amount of black CEOs or black managers, whatever. So they put somebody who might not be as qualified, but like fits their quota. Does that make sense?
Okay.
That's great.
So they're saying that she's the DEI candidate, and which is basically means, by the way, there's another reason that she's the DEI candidate. Number one, she was never elected to run for president, guys. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
She was given Biden's, all right, you got this, next man up. So people are like, oh, I didn't vote for her to be here.
What happened in the primaries?
Okay, what's going on here right now? There was no primary, there was no nothing. So she was so people are like, and by the way, a lot of people are saying she was selected to be the candidate, the vice president, not because of her merit, not because she was great, not because she was smart, simply because they said we need to have a black woman on the ticket.
She was.
By the
Joe
way,
Biden said that. He said,
yes,
I will pick a black woman. So then we knew there was only like 3 people that were
yes,
Democrats.
it was
black
Stacey
and women.
Abrams. It was
exactly.
I think Susan Rice, even
Exactly.
Condoleezza Rice. I
She
don't
was
know.
on-
Michelle
no.
doesn't count because she's,
Yeah, she was on the short list. That's how she got picked. So she was a DEI. It was known before she was even.
So I want to
chosen.
show you the poll. Do you have that article about when Kamala Harris dropped out of the race in 2020, Alejandra?
with 0 votes, not even.
So
from
Kamala Harris
California.
drops out of the race in 2020. Okay, cool. Does anyone remember her running for president in 2020?
Yeah,
Well, when Tulsi
nuked her.
went to,
Okay.
She had one of the lowest
Harris-
approval ratings.
Here, Natalia, you're
Yeah.
gonna do this.
Harris has been lagging in the polls and struggling to gain traction.
So scroll down, you'll
lagging.
see.
That's a nice way of saying she's completely behind last. She
Yeah.
was last.
So scroll down and you'll see the numbers. Pause. Go up a little bit.
Did she drop before Pete?
Go up.
Did she drop out before Pete Booty Juice?
Indian and Jamaica.
I don't remember, to be honest.
They were all.
No, maybe it's below that. Keep going down.
Looking for a number?
Yeah, you're gonna see some numbers.
15 Democrats.
She hit a
Okay,
low
you
of
see what?
15 Democrats.
She has racked up the second number of endorsements now.
Flavor, go ahead.
It was above. It said it was. She dropped out at 3%. It's a little higher.
Where was it? Tell
A
her.
little higher.
Higher?
A little higher. A little more.
Scroll
Oh,
up.
right
there it
there.
is. Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Declining, hitting a low of about 3%. She wasn't likable.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
she is the most unliked candidate ever.
Okay.
She had the lowest approval rating.
So that's my
Put her in
point. In
sixth
order to win an
place.
election, you got to get as close to possible as 50% as possible. Homegirl had 3. So
She's not likable.
she wasn't doing her thing. This is, guys, in the Democratic primary. These are Democrats basically saying, no, I'm good on her.
Yeah.
So now she wants the whole country to say I'm good on her.
They roast
Well,
them.
how do
So
you
when
know?
they're saying that she's the DEI candidate, hear me out, it's because she didn't win anything. She was,
selected.
anointed as like, here you go, here's your position. You're the new vice president. Here you go, you're potentially the president. What? So there's a lot of people saying this is a DEI candidate, but now there's some pushback. Brace for impact. Because here's a video of a Democratic representative here in Florida who says the following. He's saying the GOP who calls Harris a DI candidate, it actually means, well, just hear what he has to say.
Well, we're
Go ahead.
racist and misogynist and blue.
Play it.
I'd say is that he is going to continue to use all these racist dog whistles
Bingo.
throughout the campaign. We're going to see it from Trump. We're going to see it from JD Vance, and we're going to see it from a lot of their surrogates. In fact, just yesterday, one of the surrogates was saying, if we don't win, we're going to have a civil war to get our agenda through. A civil war. And so this is an organization, this is a right-wing campaign that's going to be racist, misogynistic against the vice president.
Double
but we're
points.
going to stand on the issues and what really matters. It's the fact that she is qualified. They want to call her a DEI president or DEI candidate. She has more experience than Trump and JD Vance combined
I could vomit.
times a million, right? She worked at the state level. She was the attorney general. She's vice president of the United States. She was a senator representing one of the largest states in the entire country. And so these are just racist dog whistles. Whenever you hear DEI, I want you to think about the N-word. I want you to think about racial slurs. That's what they actually mean.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Did he get
All
canceled?
right. Ladies, gentlemen, I told you to brace for impact. We've got black women on the panel. We got Latinos. We got some Guyanese people. We got some Cubans. We got a white guy. We got an extra white guy. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Jewish guy. Does anybody here, red or green, ready? When you hear DEI, hold up your things. Hear the N-word being shouted out when they call her the DEI candidate. Be honest. Go ahead. Hold them up. No. Beautiful black women.
Jayla, put
No,
it
no,
up,
no.
girl.
See who's here? Okay. All right. Cool. Let's have this conversation.
Okay.
You also said yes. Okay. Thank you for being honest. Shay,
Think of it
tell me
like-
why you hear the N-word.
I won't say I
when you-
specifically hear the N word,
Yes.
but I do hear like a race in there somewhere. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of like millennials. Like, what is that towards like black people, right? Minority towards black people. So it's like certain words is like they have a color to it.
Okay. How about you, Jillian?
I was just
Yeah, go
about to
ahead.
agree with the same thing. Like, I don't think it's just the N word, but it's just like, if you read between the lines, it's still a race thing in so many ways. So
Mhm.
it's just like,
Just to be clear, DEI also encompasses females. So this is not just a race thing. When DEI just means
in this case.
Yeah, that's
in this case here, it feels like that to me.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you have faith in like the free market in terms of the overall group of people in the country, like selecting people that are the best at something just by being drawn to it? Like Candace Owens, for example, has like 5 million subscribers on YouTube because people genuinely love her and appreciate what she has to say. That's the example of the free market, like choosing somebody, saying like, oh, I respect this person, what they say, but the opposite of that is like a small committee of people saying like, oh, this person is compliant, they'll listen to us. We could attack people with claims of them being racist if they don't like this person. So I mean,
Brandon, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Not valid.
Don't try to explain to a black woman why she feels a certain way when a race word.
No, he was
Just stop.
asking
Yeah, that was a good point.
No. Just stop. But here's what I want to understand from our beautiful black friends over here. Because, Padrino, do you think that everyone else on the panel doesn't necessarily hear the N-word, which is horrible? Like anyone says that, like, dude, you're going.
You're done.
You're done. Why do you not see that when they say DEI?
that I don't hear that word. That word to me was created by the left, by Democrats. It has nothing to do with what when we're saying that, we mean they said a black woman and they put her in. So it had nothing to do with her merit and had everything to do with her, the whatever, her immutable characteristics. So I don't. At the same time, if they hear that, I'm not negating what they feel. I just want you guys to know, if I use that word, I absolutely do not mean that. I mean, she wasn't qualified. She only was put in that position because they wanted to be diverse, equitable, and inclusive in their hiring process.
Thank you for that. And ultimately, here's the point. I've called her the DEI candidate so many times. And never in my mind was I like, because she's the zero.
Zero.
The reason that I said that is because, nobody voted for this lady to be president. Her approval ratings are in the tank, even in the Democratic Party. And I voted for Biden, not this time around. Hell no. Trump, because you can change. I don't like the game that they're playing in the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. It's identity politics game, and it's not the Democratic Party that I'm used to. My father had a picture of JFK in the house. He had a picture of MLK in the house. Like I was obsessed with the Civil War because I was like, what do you mean? Like we got in a war with our fellow when I was a kid. We fought our own people. It's Abraham Lincoln. He got killed too. I was like, what is going on here right now? So the Democratic Party has changed exponentially. It used to be about working people. It used to be about unions, about trying to empower the country. Bill Clinton, Dave Chappelle had a great joke about Bill Clinton. I remember they said, like, this guy would just show up in the crowd, like, come here, little black baby, give you a kiss. He was like, he garnered that type of support, but it was an outreach. Now this is the forefront. Oh, you're black, you're gay, and you're trans, and you're handicapped. You're the president, buddy. Like, they're playing this game, and it's getting very, very ugly to the point where Kamala Harris could not win the primary. She didn't do anything. She's anointed. She's being catapulted now to becoming the actual president, but nobody voted for this person. So if you said, hey, Adam, what are your thoughts on someone like Condoleezza Rice? You know who that is? No. Pull her up real quick. Condoleezza Rice. I'm sure Alejandro's going to be able to spell that real easily. This is a person who is, or Susan Rice. She was the, that's not her.
I was going to say, what the fuck is that?
No, just Google Condoleezza Rice. Mm-hmm. This is a person with complete merit. Mm-hmm. Condoleezza.
But I think that's kind of what the interview was trying to do, right? I mean, you get a black interviewer out there saying that and associating the N-word to DEI. Yeah. I don't think that if he says the N-word, you guys even think of that in the same light. You wouldn't have associated DEI with N-word or with racism. Mm-hmm. He's saying it in breaks in between sentences. He's making sure that psychologically what you're processing are the big words, and he just keeps throwing it in your face. You would have never even associated those two words together had he not said it.
And more. And what's more is that this is what I truly believe. When they hear DEI, they hear that word. I would never cross my mind. I think they think that, and I think they're pandering, which is ultimately what DEI is. The pandering is what I think treats people like that and degrades people. It would never cross my mind. And to his point, It would never cross my mind. That's why they're putting it in people's minds, because they have nothing to do with each other. I do believe they think that when they say it.
Great
By that, I
point.
mean the left.
Because Brandon, on the PBD podcast, by the way, I don't think I've heard the word DEI before 2020. Like, when did DEI?
Yeah, not
become-
even the last couple of years.
All of a sudden, like DEI. We've talked about DEI a million times on the PBD podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Never in a million years has it been like DEI means the N word. That's today's day one that I have heard that.
Yeah.
That's what's so upsetting to me. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, because
that guy
doctors
just
test
threw
too
a
much.
bomb into the situation. It's like, oh, by the way, this is what DEI means. It's like,
But if
No,
a
it's
white
their
guy,
projecting.
if a white guy would have been the one saying that, I don't think you guys even emotionally respond to it. They made sure that they had a black interviewer out there saying it, so you guys could associate it, and it gives validity to the statement.
I don't
If you
think
don't
so.
do that,
I don't even feel.
100%.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's 100% intentional. It's the media manipulating Americans every single
I
day.
don't think so, because I think if someone from the other race would have said the same thing, it would have stood out to me the same way.
Gotcha.
So that's just my opinion.
Well, here's my point. Be ready, America, for way more of that. There's going to be race baiting. There's going to be
baiting.
identity politics. There's going to be like, if
Oppression
you ain't
Olympics.
black and you don't vote for, just get ready for that.
Yep.
Moving right along. Guys, we're going to play a game.
Yay.
Let's have a little fun. Clap it up, guys. Just clap it up. Okay. This is called DEI.
Oh, shit.
Is America ready for ...
Uh-oh.
Okay? So DEI, as we've just learned, diversity, equity, inclusion, it doesn't necessarily mean a black woman. And actually, here's a definition for DEI: policies and programs that promote the representation and the participation of different races, ethnicities, abilities, disabilities, genders, religions, cultures, and sexual orientations. All the above, and yes, I did say participation.
No, you said precipitation.
Is it? It's a raining gay man. Hallelujah. Anyway, participation trophies. We're saying that word. So we're going to play a game called DEI Is America Ready For?
Uh-oh.
Okay? You guys ever played this game before?
No, I'm scared.
No, because I just made it up.
First.
Okay. So DEI, we already said that America wasn't really ready, maybe necessarily to have Kamala. We'll see this. Kamala is the likely nominee, but that doesn't mean that there still may be other possibilities out there, right? So Gavin Newsom is the governor of California. He's the only person that we're actually not going to play this game with. You know what he looks like? He's a rich white man. We know that America
Good hair.
would vote for something like this. And he's, what do they call him?
Mother killer.
Gavin with the good hair.
Yeah, he got good hair.
He killed
got-
his mom.
Okay. Brandon,
That's a great set of hair.
Forget the hair.
save that for the unusual suspects, buddy. So, other than Gavin Newsom, we're going to start playing a game. Now, if Kamala is the president, she's going to have to pick her vice president. Now, there's a lady called Gretchen Whitmer.
Gretchen. That name.
What are the chances that America, all you're going to have to do is show up
for two
red
women? Two?
or green.
For two
If
of them?
Kamala
Nightmare.
chooses Gretchen Whitmer
That's a lot of
to
periods.
be her vice president,
Yeah.
That's a lot of hormones.
is America ready
No.
to have a female
No.
president
And vice
and
president?
vice president?
Please, no.
Yes or no?
Lord help us.
No.
Please.
No. So
gotta be a
nobody on the
balance.
panel
Get her out of
is
there.
anticipating an
Oh, what a
all-female
nightmare.
ticket.
That's too much.
We need you
Too
so
you-
much.
You gotta lube it up first for you.
Gotta
Go
lube
like,
Go
warm them
ahead.
up.
Explain. Flavor, go ahead.
Please don't.
It's true. Like you first gotta give them the female candidate, get them used to a female president, and then maybe in the future you can have both. But just that shock factor is gonna be too much.
That's
for
what
you.
they did with Barack.
Or never.
Yeah, or never.
What were you gonna say?
I said that's what they did with Barack.
Yeah, 100%.
What'd they do?
They eased it in there to make it,
Yeah,
you know.
black president,
him,
white
Michelle.
vice president.
Or
Yeah,
Michael.
100%.
So nobody here thinks that
Nobody
No.
does.
an all-female ticket is
No.
going to be a possibility.
It gotta have balance.
Even the
Right.
girls are
The
like,
most
it
hardcore
helped.
Yeah,
Trump
I gotta
haters.
tell you,
Like two
I
Not
friends.
voting.
Yeah. Somebody
Okay,
gotta
guys,
balance off.
again, this is called DEI. Is America ready for? Now, the next person up, again, DEI, is America ready for a gay president? Now, hear me out. There's a guy called
No.
Pete Buttigieg. Here he is. Hey, Pete. Pete is currently the Secretary of Transportation. He is
he's
married
doing a bang
to,
up job there.
take a wild guess, a man. They've got 2 kids. Yes, he did take paternity leave.
6 months maternity.
Here's my question for you guys: red or green? Is America ready for a gay president?
Nah.
Yes or no?
You just
Hold them up.
lost. You lost middle America with that one.
Ugly.
Yeah,
America not
No,
ready
no,
for
no, no,
nobody.
no, no, no.
You lost the whole Midwest on that
So
one.
nobody is ready for a gay president.
He can be part of the team, but I don't
Pete
think
Buttigieg.
he's
Not Pete.
How
I mean, a lot of people could be
DEI
gay though. Like a lot
Huh?
of people, a lot of presidents in the past could be gay. We don't
Well,
know.
most of them are secretly gay, but at
But they
least they
won't
fake it
openly
for
gay.
us.
That's a thing too, but
Publicly.
America's
no,
not ready
that's
for
too much.
nobody.
No,
Hold on, Shay.
no.
What president in American history has been gay?
Clinton, Obama.
Like our
It may not
president's
be in the
closet.
public.
The internet is ready.
It's still in the closet. Yeah.
But leave it at that. I don't think no. That's where we draw
You're
the
not voting
line.
for a gay president?
No.
Why
Let's just leave it at men and
He
women.
just
at
looks
that
like he
point.
spits
Not-
when
that's
he
too much
talks. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
Can we hear him
I mean,
speak?
like
Imagine that
that.
Christmas
that's
Is there a
card.
speech from him or
no,
something?
we already in an uproar with a man and a woman. Now
Hold
we
on.
got
Jayla, you're not ready for
no.
the first husband of the United States?
Good.
Well, that would be
I'm
bad
not
enough.
a fan of
Could you
that.
imagine that?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Some things are left to
No.
be.
Sounds like a bad
traditional.
Netflix
No.
movie.
I don't know,
That's
guys.
a-
Okay.
Yeah, that one just—it's just a no.
All right.
Yeah, it's a no
Again,
for me.
what is a
It's
gay
no for me,
president
though.
going to
Yeah,
negotiate
that's
with
where we
Vladimir
draw the
Putin?
line now.
Commander in
We'd be
chief.
a joke.
They'd
Yeah.
be negotiating other.
Don't
you
ask,
imagine?
don't tell.
Can't negotiate with Arab countries.
Okay, guys.
I don't think they would
We're
take
gonna
him
keep it
serious.
moving.
No, of course they would.
Keep it pushing.
Since the Democratic Party loves DEI and they love the body positivity movement,
Oh gosh.
Lizzo?
Oh gosh.
is
Lizzo, I
America ready? No, all politicians, guys. There's a guy called JB Pritzker. He's the governor of Illinois. He ain't a small dude. Alejandra, pull him up. Is America ready?
I
Go
don't
ahead,
even like
Alejandra.
Can you say the name
That's
again,
right.
please?
JB Pritzker. Is America ready? No, that's not. No.
She wanted to show
going.
it so bad.
Is America ready for an obese president? You
I
don't
don't
have
even
JB?
like Chris Krispy Kreme, and he's supposedly
Theodore
a Republican.
Roosevelt was big though.
There's JB Pritzker. Scroll down a little bit. Let's see that belly.
Thick.
Is America ready for a Chris Christie type rotund, thick, round
it.
president? Is America in 2024 the body positivity movement? You got to accept all people,
Nope.
all weight classes,
Ready for it or
red
want it?
or green.
I don't think
Is
it's
America
good
ready?
look.
He's just fat.
Is America ready
He's
for
just
an
fat.
obese
He's a
president?
big
Yes
guy.
or no? Hold him up.
Ready
Extra
or
love.
want it?
Hold him up.
I think.
Yeah, that's.
I don't really know his stuff that he stands for, but
So
No.
the first thing
His
I
health
think
is
is-
not
Padrino
good.
says yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Why do you think we're ready for a thick president?
I mean, I'll take thick over everything else. That's kind of where I'm at.
Everything.
Okay.
else.
I mean, everything else that you've been having me choose from. And they could put him on a diet right before it, too.
So
Yeah.
thick over
A
gay.
little
Yeah.
Ozempic.
Okay.
He might take his weight serious when
Jorge,
yeah.
why are you ready for a
Would be
thick
the
president?
face of Ozempic. Yeah,
I mean, he's still a
100%.
man. I mean,
Majority guy.
Thank
True.
God.
He's
I gotta
straight
hear him
man.
talk.
Okay. A straight
Maybe
man.
he has a commanding voice, inspire the troops, the nation. Maybe I don't know, but
That's true.
I think it's irrelevant if he's fat. I mean, it shows that he eats well.
I just think of
Or doesn't
Nixon
take care of
versus
himself.
JFK.
Say it again.
I think about Nixon versus JFK. Everyone that heard the debate went for Nixon. Whoever saw it went for JFK. It's going to be hard to sell Kamala and him.
Look at
Listen,
this
if you
guy.
can't take care of your
His
body,
face
how are you gonna
has
take care of a
personality.
$6 trillion budget?
Yeah,
I
it
like his
does.
face.
It does.
I got to hear him
You know?
speak first.
So like, Annie, what were you gonna say?
I mean, what percent of Americans are obese? A
think like
huge
70%.
I feel like he's going to relate to Americans more than anyone.
That is so
But that's not
sad.
good.
But if you
Why
can
would
lobby
that
your
be good?
body,
That would be
Donald's
horrible.
true,
That would
But
be
he
like
can also lose 100 pounds within maybe 10
Ozempic.
months.
Oprah did
But if he didn't have the
do that?
discipline to do it in
You
the
wanna
first
go
place,
to
he's
my
not going to have the
Am I
discipline to be a good
Columbia,
leader.
get a BBL?
Agreed.
I don't
You know,
know.
it's
I
such
don't
a
think
simple
that's
thing.
related
You
to
don't-
I do
I
think.
would
I
love to
think
go to a steakhouse with him.
not his body type. With his
He's
policies
a billionaire.
versus
He
body
should, if
fat.
anybody should be jacked, it should be him. He's
Agreed.
worth $40 billion.
Maybe
I mean,
if he's
how
on
much does he
camera
bench?
that much, he's going to want to.
Yeah, how
Who
much does
knows?
he bench?
It's
How much does
pathetic,
he
honestly,
bench?
that he's that fat.
I'll
I'm
train
asked
him.
that.
So
Could be genetics, too.
it sounds like you guys are ready.
Discipline is across the
Alejandra,
board.
I just sent you one more thing while you pull this up.
If you could bench
So,
3 plates, I'm bored.
There's another candidate in the race, potentially. His name is Josh Shapiro. I could have gone with Bernie Sanders, but Bernie, here's the next question. Guys, don't worry, you're not going to get canceled. Is America ready for a Jewish president? Yes or no?
I mean,
Green or red? Hold them up.
sure ain't. Jews,
Dun,
they do good with
dun,
money.
dun,
They do good with
dun,
money.
dun, dun. So we got yes, no, yes, no.
A Jewish
Yes,
president?
yes.
Is America
no.
ready for anything?
Yeah, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. Annie, why don't you think we're ready for a
I
Jewish
think
president?
The timeline of it.
Yeah.
That's solely what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
See,
That
it's
makes
just because
of what's
it's been
going on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just because we're so close.
Okay.
It's the
makes
only
sense.
reason I will say
Too
that.
soon, too soon.
Apex.
What were you going to
Syria.
say?
Same thing.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Okay, because just so you're Jewish, that is a reflection of what's going on in Israel?
Just because you're no.
We'll go back to identity politics.
Yeah.
Netanyahu literally came to America yesterday, and look how many protests were happening in D.C. I think the left would eat their own. I think that Josh Shapiro is one of the best shortlisted candidate options for Kamala to pick, but because he's Jewish, I think that a lot of people on the left will ridicule the party for that.
Okay. Well, here's something interesting. What happens if it was a different Jewish candidate? Alondra, show that other Jewish candidate that we were considering.
You?
Bernie Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
We're tired of Bernie.
How about Bernie? Bernie is probably one of the loudest people
It's time.
anti-Israel. He's been called a self-hating Jew. Is America ready for Bernie Sanders?
We just had Weekend at Bernie's for 4 years.
He was supposed to be the candidate, not Hillary, but the DNC ousted him. So, I mean,
They
I think
ain't ready.
America
Yeah.
could tolerate it more than they tolerated the past two Democrat candidates, but the
Okay.
DNC is the one who can't tolerate it.
Agreed.
Good to know.
Yeah,
All right, guys, a couple more.
I think it's
Ready?
too old.
Asian candidates. There's a guy, he ran a few years ago called
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang.
Yang
Oh.
gang.
He said, I can do the one thing that Donald Trump can't do, and that is called math.
Clearly not. He wanted UBI.
I was
right.
just going to say he's a little too communist.
Do you have a picture of him? Alejandra?
I'm pull it up.
Jesus, we keep
Andrew Yang.
Oh wait, sorry.
Don't worry, just Google Andrew Yang. You guys know who he is? By the way, while she's doing this, hold him up, red or green.
Just put it Yang.
Is
yeah.
America ready for an Asian president? Hold him up, red or green.
Not him.
If Mark did it correctly, yes.
We got no, yes, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. You said no?
I said yes.
You said no?
I said yes.
You said no?
I said no.
No.
Why aren't you ready for an Asian president?
Not. I mean, okay, so I feel like they're barely getting past the whole black thing, and it's just like there's a lot of things.
Did you just hit him with the Asians wait your turn?
No, what I'm saying is like in general, right? What has happened over the past few
Yeah.
years with all of our candidates? So it's like America in general has had a hard time accepting things. Now we're in acceptance of a lot of things, even things that some people don't like. But it's just like now you come into play. Unfortunately, in the grand scheme of things, people judge you based from where you're from. It's like, oh, you're from here, you're gonna beat me. You're from here, you're a communist. And unfortunately, that's still the idea overall.
Shay, why don't you think we're ready for an Asian president?
As I stated before, this world isn't ready for anyone.
Right.
Look at all the candidates. They're all something. They all have something different. They all have something that pros and cons, like to anybody. So
Okay.
we just gotta take what we take.
Yeah.
You think we're ready for an Asian president?
I just don't like Andrew Yang.
Okay. You're not part of that Yang
like
gang?
that.
Gang?
Not a part of that Yang gang.
Okay.
No.
What part of
All right, guys. Here it is. Get ready.
like
You guys are losing me on the green and the red. Let's hold them high. Is America ready for a Latina president?
If you put
There's a young lady
AOC,
called
I don't think
Oh,
so.
no.
AOC.
As a Latina, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Alejandra Alexandra
Oh,
Ocasio
hell no.
Cortez.
Pull her
Is
out.
America ready for a Latina president? Hold them up.
Man, I don't know.
Lexi
Okay.
Cortez, no gracias.
No
So,
one likes AOC.
no gracias and a Latino. What happens if it was a Latino, like a Marco Rubio?
It has nothing to do
Probably.
with Latin. She's just terrible.
A little bit with Latin.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
She's not. She was super white. And they didn't even, she only pulled this out, this 3-name thing, and calling herself Alexandria. Like now, she was Lexi. Everybody that tells you, it's like the same as Hilaria Baldwin. That she was like, you're Hillary, dude. And same thing. Same thing.
Okay.
She's pulling it out when she wants to. She's, no.
So
Muy
you're not
malo.
ready.
Muy malo.
Okay.
No me gusta.
By the way, there's a group called The Squad that she's a part of. You guys know about The Squad?
Yeah, we know.
God.
Pull up a picture of The Squad.
Oh, God.
This is The Squad. The
Oh,
Squad is a
gosh.
progressive Democrat. It's reveal how they got their name. That's The Squad. Ilhan Omar. I think that's Cory Bush. Alexandria. Lexi Ocasio Cortez. And then you got Rashida Tlaib. Here's my next question. Go to Rashida Tlaib if you don't mind. Is America ready for a Muslim president?
Definitely not.
A Muslim president.
Nicht gut. Hell no.
Was it Barack Muslim?
That'd be a national security threat.
You said what?
Was it Barack Muslim?
Was Barack Obama Muslim? They tried to tell him he was, but no.
You mean Barack
There's
Hussein?
Rashida Tlaib right there. You're saying yes, no, 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 no. Nobody is ready.
It's a national
for a
security
Muslim.
threat.
It's what?
A national security threat.
We're a Judeo-Christian
What do you mean?
nation.
Yeah, they're against Christians.
No, we don't have a religion in this country. You can be anything.
You have religious freedom, but if you have a Muslim who is in charge, who in the Quran says to persecute against Christians and Jews, then that's a huge problem for the freedom of religion.
Precisely.
Ooh.
Yeah, what Morgan said.
Excuse me?
What Morgan said.
Did you just say amen?
No, I said, yeah, what Morgan said.
Oh my God. That's what amen means.
Oh.
So nobody's
No,
ready
amen
to
means
see
I believe.
a Muslim president? Okay.
No, that's.
All right.
They didn't. Vivek was the same kind of thing, but he was Hindu.
So I tallied some votes here, ladies and gentlemen. Muslim president, no. Latina president, if her name is AOC, 0, no. Marco Rubio, maybe. Asian, Andrew Yang, people are a little bit. A couple of you guys said yes, but Shay said, no, you said, wait your turn, guy. We're still getting used to this black and woman thing. We'll come to you in a second, Bruce Leroy.
All types of stuff.
Jews, yes, not good timing, guys. That's what we found out, yes?
Hashtag too soon.
What got the least amount of votes by far, or the biggest hell no, which we'll play in a second, was a female president and a female vice president. Jake, what'd we tell him? Oh, hell no! I'm just saying. And who got the most? Oh, also, gay got no votes. J-La, I tried to convince you, and you said, Jake? Oh, hell no! Sorry, Pete Buttigieg. So who got the most votes was our guy, J.B. Pritzker. Can we show him? Even Jorge said, I don't mind my president's a little bit thick. J.B. Pritzker, there he is right there.
Yeah, he can.
So how about this?
Out of all the options, yeah,
Take
take
the
the
big man.
overweight guy.
So we'll take the thick guy.
40 billion.
So how about this? If you're
We will
willing to take
figure
the
it
thick
out.
guy, I'll make you a deal.
Oh, gosh.
He needs money to campaign.
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
He ate it.
This is not a joke.
McDonald's.
He has a cousin.
That's...
You have that picture you kept showing, Alejandra?
Oh, yes.
He has a cousin
Finally.
that is his
Right.
trans cousin.
No.
Oh.
Punch in.
Oh my.
What is
She
that?
is the first
Now I see it.
trans
She.
billionaire.
That's the penguin.
My God.
James, just
That's
kidding.
the penguin.
Jennifer.
I know the
Pritzker.
penguin when I see the penguin. That's
Okay,
the
that's
penguin.
too much confusion again.
I love where she.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
You're not
Okay,
fooling me, Danny
guys, we're
DeVito.
playing
I
again.
was
We started
convinced that
with
was a lady.
DEI. Is America ready for it? So is America ready for a trans president? Hold them up, yes or no?
Absolutely
Never.
not.
Way too
Put two
controversial.
up.
We're not ready for a trans president? Oh, hold on. Annie says yes.
Ready for anything.
Annie, why are you ready for a trans president?
I don't mind it.
What?
You don't mind
You're
it?
saying
Why?
just that a man
Yes.
turns into a woman.
It's
Yeah.
impossible. It's not actually reality.
It's still a man.
You're so confused. You can't even determine what is natural in you, but you're gonna make
For him.
global decisions. I mean,
And be on hormones
Yep.
and have injections.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so
I
I
mean,
mean, what has he gotten done to him? I guess.
Something.
he is very
looks
confused.
confused.
That is a man. Does
That's
that look?
mental illness. Some people have like.
Guys, that's
the
a
look
beautiful
of it
woman. What are
and
you
an
talking
ugly.
about?
Some
That's
people
Danny
have gotten all the
DeVito.
That's Danny
surgeries done.
DeVito.
They're
That's
on
Danny
hormones.
DeVito. You're
They're
fooling
on.
me.
So
So
what
what
does
does
she
she-
got?
Listen,
Does that person look
the
like they
mental.
did surgery on hormones?
No, they're-
They look like they did.
Alejandro,
Even
can you
if they
pull
did
up-
all the surgeries of the world, it's a
Alejandro,
confused
pull up the
person.
video of what Kamala Harris just did.
Is he pre or post op?
You could have
So-
every surgery.
he
I know.
pre or
I don't
post-op?
know. Still not a
What's done
woman.
pre-
By the way,
You're
guys,
supposed to-
No,
listen.
This one's on Drew Paul.
Hold on.
How much does he bench?
Wait,
Guys,
wait.
even though
What a
90%
clown
of the
world.
panel is not ready for a trans president, Annie is, it's okay. So Kamala Harris said, I think America's ready to identify with the trans. So she went on where? RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
To
To
Let
pander
me win over the
to the
confusion.
2%.
Alejandra,
Yes,
hold on,
you
guys.
win.
Hold on, guys. Alejandra, do me a favor.
Yes.
Hatua, Spit on that thing. Go ahead, show them this video.
Oh God.
We are all in this together,
Oh,
and your
gosh.
vote is your power. So please make sure your
Oh,
voice is
this
heard this
bad.
November and register to vote at vote.gov.
Can I get an amen?
It's the head
Now on
of the
to the
That's a
judge.
DEI wet dream. Right
You
there.
better vote.
Oh my God.
Upside down. Really confused.
Okay, guys.
That's confusion.
Last
I don't
question.
like nothing out the
Last
confusion.
question. You guys are doing great with the red and the green. Based on what you just saw there with the D, the E, the I,
No,
the
no
the
to
O,
whatever
the
you're
bit,
asking.
the bop, the Kamala, the trans, the this.
Alphabet.
How cool is DEI in your book? Does DEI have your vote?
No.
Yes or no?
No. They said, let's put her around a whole bunch of confused
Okay.
people. I'll make her look good.
So everybody here just played DEI.
Double
Is
negative.
America ready for it? And you guys,
No.
you ain't ready for it.
DIE.
Okay? So DEI must DIE. Okay, guys, we have a last couple topics that we'll get into. So we're about 15 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to do? Do we want to do presidential body count? Do we want to do
Shit.
who's better for the economy? Let's do the body count.
Body count.
That's fun. So this whole Kamala Harris situation right now, a lot of skeletons in her closet are coming out. Now, Trump changed the game. I think you guys know this. Any other person that would have said, sometimes you can do whatever you want. You can grab them by the, all of us, they would have ended their campaign when, Brandon? The
What?
next day.
Yeah, probably.
He's like, yep, my bad. Grab him by the hink.
That's why they say don't apologize.
Don't apologize. Never let him see you
Stand on
sweat.
that.
So now a lot of things are coming out about how Kamala Harris ascended to the top of basically
That's been
the
known.
DNC. So here's an article. Well, Megyn Kelly is basically coming out. You show that Newsweek article if you don't mind. They're saying we are already seeing disgusting smears against her. Yep. There it is right there. We're seeing disgusting smears against her, the demeaning and have nothing to do with substance and policy. Megyn Kelly says, it's fair game to question Kamala Harris's past relationship with ex-San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown. Quote unquote, that affair is sus. Let's play this clip. Ali, you got that Twitter clip?
I don't know how it wouldn't be fair game when
Not this one.
they pull up all of Trump's stuff.
I think they're being generous.
No, not that
Say
one.
the
How would
one that you're looking for?
The Kamala.
No, the one
on
with
X.
Megyn Kelly.
The Megyn Kelly one, it was just there.
Everything is fair game.
Yeah, that's kind of known.
It's that one right
Gonna
there.
go into
Yeah.
politics.
Go ahead.
Whether her sleeping with Willie Brown when she was an up-and-coming, inspiring politician in San Francisco is fair game. It's part of a pattern of her ascending to positions that she does not deserve based on merit for other reasons. First, she slept with this guy, Willie Brown, who was this extremely popular, powerful congressman out in California, in the assembly out there, went on to become the speaker out there. And he put her in two different positions that she did not deserve when she was only 29 or 30. He was 60. Already that affair is sus. And she was making the equivalent of 130 grand a year by today's money for meeting twice a month for these medical boards and another position for which she had zero qualifications. He was trying to lay the road for her political career. He admitted that he's the one who helped her win the role as DA. And she was sleeping with him. I'm sorry, it's fair game. There's a debate on this on Twitter right now about whether.
So here's my question, specifically for a woman. It's a weird question.
Oh God.
I want to know: does body count matter for the president? If it turns out that Kamala Harris was sleeping all over town to get to where she is now, does it matter? Yes, we're doing the body count matter game. So, red or green? Slut shaming
That's not.
is okay? Is it not? Green or no? Yes or no?
Wait, you asked two different questions.
Nothing's off the table.
What's the question? Hold on.
Nothing's off the table.
You
Okay.
gave us two
fair
questions,
game.
Adam.
Is it fair game to critique her sluttiness, her body count, in the course of a presidential election?
They
Is
shot
that
the other
fair
guy in
game?
the face.
Is it
So
fair
yeah.
game?
Is it fair game?
Listen,
But
they
what
went
does
after
Willie Brown
Donald
look like?
Trump for years.
So it is completely fair game. So
But
it is not fair game.
No, who
Why
says
is it not
it's
fair
true?
game?
Who says it's true? Even though that's one.
No,
but-
she did. Guys, please let me clarify. That's why this is she was not sleeping with him as if it was a couple like seedy nights that they were like hiding here and there. It was like his girlfriend, even though he was married. This was not a little side chick kind of thing. This was a public relationship while he was married. And that to me is so degenerate. So that's why they're painting it like they had this secret affair that was found out. No, they were just a relationship while he was married.
If it was a secret, would you change your mind? If it was a secret relationship?
I'm giving more context for here. I
Okay,
think that
wanna
I do
ask
think
a
it matters
question
and we
off
can
that,
dug.
after what she said. So, I didn't know she was messing with a married man. However, if she was dating someone, right, and he's a guy in power, shouldn't he do that for someone he's dating if he really loves and care about her? Isn't that like
No, if she's not
Not- not
qualified,
if- That's like prostitution.
She was
That's
absolutely
never
not
good. I don't know,
qualified,
I
and he
just
put her
asked
to
that.
that, and he elevated her that position. So imagine somebody in power. Okay, I'll reverse the question. Do you want people that are in power to have that position only because their boo put them there?
No,
of course not.
But no, that's the question. I was going to ask that next because I was listening to what she said until you had that opinion. So now I'm like,
Not
well,
opinion.
okay.
I wanted
So
to
I
put
was
more
gonna-
context out there. This was not a little secret affair. And then finally, the wife said, okay, stop this, because he had gotten promoted. It was a different position. And it was like, no, I need to be for real first lady. Like, no more of this, little Kamala chick on the side.
Let's
So-
be honest. She was a prostitute. Like he was giving her money, just not directly, just through favorable jobs and stuff, directly handing her cash to be your girlfriend.
Show
You know,
your
so Kamala was a
daddy.
prostitute. I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
she was a
situation
sugar baby.
obviously was favorable for her. If she's 29 and he's 60, I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like
I'm
he
like,
was
she
this
was a sugar
gorgeous
baby?
guy. No.
What does he look like?
Pull him up.
no,
pull
did he?
up.
Yeah.
Google Willie
An old
Brown.
crinkly guy.
So is this
Very
No,
important.
he's in. Go to the article. You just pulled up. Scroll down.
she was trying to get in her career.
There he is.
There he is.
Damn, Willie.
That could be her grandfather.
Scroll down even more.
Doesn't it look like it could be a father-daughter kind of
Yep.
situation?
Yeah.
Like in
So-
terms of
Well, it could
age-wise?
be.
Scroll down a little bit more,
Don't
please.
give a shit.
Natalia, read the bottom.
She looks
Yeah,
older.
she's getting her money.
President.
Vice
She's getting in her
President
bag.
Kamala
No, did he? He's a
Harris
smooth-looking
was
dude.
29 years old when she
Yeah,
started
she was.
Willie
dating
doing his thing.
60-year-old
Yeah, she
Willie
was-
Brown,
Really?
a powerful
Yeah.
California politician
Show his face,
in the mid
Alejandro.
Willie slanging Willie.
1990s.
I mean, looking at them
So-
doesn't look that.
By the way,
weird.
if she was 29 and he was 60, she's about to be
Twice
60
age.
now.
Yep.
So he's about to be 90.
Yep.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm
still
not too
alive.
worried about the gap. It's just that he was a
Do they
married
still
man.
see each other?
Yeah,
Like,
that's how I
I
see it.
feel
He
like
was
as a
married.
woman, if
Not
you
the
want to
age
marry
for
an
me.
older
What-
man,
what do you
like,
wanna know?
go ahead.
Do they still see each other?
No.
No, she's married now.
I'm voting
That's
for
the
him.
best.
You're voting for him.
I'm
Why?
voting for him right now.
Tell me why.
Because number one, he's
You
got
gotta give him
game.
his props.
He looks like a R&B singer, or
Teddy Pendergrass.
No.
or the
That's all
father
it
from
takes.
Family Matters, and
Go back to the picture of him, Willie Brown.
From Family Matters.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's got your vote.
he's got my vote.
So
Voted for him.
is it okay to shame a woman for her sexual past in a presidential race?
It's not
Totally.
shaming it. It's
Yeah,
taking it
it's
into
okay.
It's the truth.
consideration.
If you can bring up
Accountability.
anything,
Everything in
They did it to
politics.
Trump for
So-
putting
a
yourself
years.
out there, you have to
Hold on,
expect
guys. I don't
everything
know
that's
how
gonna
this
come with
works.
it.
Everyone, go one at a time. Go ahead.
I said, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you have to expect all your things in the closet are going to come out. So whether it was private, public, whatever it was, you have to prepare that it's going to come out. So yeah, it's fair game. Whatever her past is, let it come out. And at the end of the day, it comes out, and you make a decision based on that. You should.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pick somebody who's with a married man publicly, that should tell you the decisions that they're gonna make in times of chaos.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was waiting until she said married. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was a big piece of
Gotcha.
information that was left
Okay,
out.
so speaking of married
Well,
and
that's what a
kids,
fair means.
here's a little clip I want to play with you guys of what JD Vance had to say about Jennifer Aniston. So you know Jennifer Aniston, do you?
Yes.
From
Okay.
Friends.
So from Friends, he's saying women without children, miserable children, cat ladies, he called them, should not be dictating policies in America. Go ahead and play this.
Damn, they dubbed the cats.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it? saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laura Pedrino, I'm going to ask you. Because you have how many kids?
Those.
Anybody else here have kids? You've got
Not yet.
4. Anyone else?
No.
Should people without kids be dictating policies for other people with kids?
No, what his point was stake in the game, as in my decisions don't die with me. I have to think about the future because I care about the country and the community where my children are going to grow up. So he absolutely has a point. And you kind of changed what he said because he said childless cat people. He didn't say like Jennifer Aniston or like
No,
your
Jennifer Aniston is the reason this conversation came up.
Well, like
read it at the top.
Jennifer Aniston and all the
should
American
be-
women should be
Oh, oh.
outraged. JD Vance,
Oh, somebody
childless
else.
cat ladies remark is going to be the death. What is it? Kneel
Death kneel.
of Trump and MAGA fascism.
So-
Yeah, fascism. Yeah.
Does Kamala
No, I
have
mean his
children?
point makes sense, and then he,
Still
he kind of tried to make it funny with the childless cat ladies, which I think is way more the Chelsea Handlers, what we talk about, all the these miserable
Yes.
women, than it has to do with anybody else. Because think about Chelsea Handler and what we've talked about 1 billion times on here, and how she spends her day. Do you think she cares about after she dies of what this country looks like? No. Of course not. So do you think I care? Of course I do. I mean, I have children. I have nieces and nephews. I mean, I care at a very deep level where if you don't, I mean, it's different. I'm not saying people, if you don't have kids, you don't have an opinion. That's not true at all.
You don't
But-
understand.
What about
both
you,
sides.
Flavor? Go ahead.
You won't understand both sides if you don't have kids. If you have kids, you've been somebody that doesn't have kids. You've been somebody that has kids. You can pretty much make a decision that can benefit everybody versus somebody that hasn't had kids does not understand the responsibility of making sure that your infant doesn't like fucking kill themselves because that's all kids are doing the whole fucking day.
You sound
so-
Well, that's how you also
I-
determine.
Hold on,
the
let the
level-
person with
So-
kids
I guess
speak.
Yeah. So when you have that, when you've had that sense of responsibility as a father or as a mother, you really understand what it means to secure a future. You know what it means to work towards somebody's future, that you have to get up every day. It's not that maybe I want to get up today. I have to get up every day. So you can run a country. You can make a decision. Somebody without kids, they really won't understand, or maybe they won't care because until you have kids, you're pretty selfish. When you have kids, you become a little more selfless.
They need that experience.
Totally understand that. Because those are conversations I have with Patrick and David all the time about, because I don't have any kids, but I'm planning on it. He's got 4 kids. He's like, listen, you can afford to be selfish now.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. But you got to stop being so selfish and start to become more selfless because, what do they call a public servant? I'm selfless and I'm putting others before me. So the whole conversation they're having, I actually think is very important because all the feminists out there that don't have kids, prioritizing their job, prioritizing especially abortion, a lot of them don't have any kids, never want kids. So you're now dictating how public policy should work in America for people with kids. That's the biggest problem I see is that the LGBT, the T, the this, all this stuff, they can't have kids necessarily, but they're trying to dictate what your kid should be doing. So a lot of angry parents out there is all I'm saying in America today.
Yeah.
Yes?
A lot of
Pedrino,
mama
final
bears.
word on this one.
No, absolutely. Agree with what you said. Yeah. We don't want to hear it. All the LGBT, the G, the GT, all these people. Yeah, mama bears
I
rise
just want
up.
the
Alphabet
alphabet back.
Mafia.
You just want the alphabet back.
Yeah, I just want it
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
And yeah, and
Can't
I
spell
want
pride
that.
without demon.
It's true.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay, guys, last topic here. Here we go. This has to do with something called identity politics. You talked about this earlier. Define identity politics before I share the story.
People who are voting purely based off of public image, social cred, based off, societal norms of LGBTQ, color of skin, things like that.
Okay. So, Kamala Harris, some people are saying she's black, some people are saying she's Indian. I don't know. But here's the deal. There's a lady called Joy Reid
Oh, no.
going insane in the membrane. She's basically saying, hey, listen, it's the old Joe Biden. Hey, listen, you got trouble figuring out who to vote for, me or Donald Trump, that you ain't black. That famous speech that he did with Charlamagne the God. Well, Joy Reid is having her own very moment of this. Go ahead and watch this.
Given the just stratospheric entrance of Vice President Kamala Harris into the presidential campaign, and she has now secured enough delegates to become the nominee, you're going to look real crazy being on the other side of that line, particularly as a person of color. But really as anyone who claims to have any connection to the culture. you're going to look real
Connection
weird
to-
and real lonely on that side. You really are going to look crazy being on that side, given the cultural phenomenon of Vice President Kamala Debbie Harris.
Okay.
She's about to make history.
There it is. So,
No.
we're about to have a conversation. So, you guys want to vote first, or should I tell you the next story?
Give us context.
What you
please.
want
Okay.
story?
Let me give you some context. There's another group out there that you might have heard of that said, no, not so fast. You don't, just because she's black, we don't have to vote for her. You know who this group is? Go ahead, show them who this group is right here, Alejandra. They're called BLM. Interesting enough, do you have the Valuetainment article?
Yes, I do.
Valuetainment wrote about this. Black Lives Matter, the organization, said seems like the Democratic Party is a party of hypocrites because we're rejecting Kamala Harris and demanding a Democratic primary. BLM. What, Joy Reid?
Which, by the way,
Was
Kamala
created.
pulled these people out when they were protesting. She was the one paying for them to get out of jail. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand this, but I mean,
It's kind of like
I
when
agree.
Spider-Man is doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
By the way,
Left,
go
either
to the
eating their
BLM
own.
tweets real quick. Here's what they had to say. Brandon, you're a fast talker. What do they have to say here?
You want me to read it?
Well, your face isn't with a mic. Go ahead, Nat.
I got you.
Timeline of events.
Fast.
Sunday, Joe Biden drops out. Kamala Harris announces campaign with Biden endorsement. Kamala Harris says that she is going to work hard to earn the nomination. Kamala Harris makes calls to party delegates. Monday, Kamala Harris continues making calls to the primary delegates. Kamala Harris makes 2 public speeches. AP announces Kamala Harris is a secured enough delegates to be the Democratic nominee Monday night. And then again, released the statement noting that she's worked hard to go out and earn this nomination as promised Monday night. A 24-hour process of talking to party bosses is not democratic, nor it is process Democrats should be proud of. We do not live in a dictatorship. Delegates are not
Here's the
oligarchs.
best part. This is BLM. Go ahead, read this part out loud.
Installing Kamala Harris as a Democratic nominee as an unknown vice president without any public voting process would make the modern Democratic Party a party of hypocrites.
Wow.
We call on the DNC to create a process that allows the public participation in the nomination process, not just a nomination by the party delegates.
Guys, did you expect that
No.
from this group?
Yeah, no, plot twist for sure.
First time
Wow.
I've ever agreed with BLM.
Plot twist. Okay. So identity politics would do the following. This is the last vote, so get ready. Black women, you have to vote for Kamala Harris. White men, you have to vote for Donald Trump. Asians, you have to vote for Andrew Yang. Fat people, you have to vote for JB Pritzker. Ladies, you have to vote for the 2 ladies that potentially are on the ticket. Trans, you got to vote for the trade candidate. If you're gay, you have to vote for Pete Buttigieg. You get what I'm doing here, guys? If you're a certain race, you're a certain ethnicity, you have to vote with your identity. In America today, identity politics, is that something you agree with? Yes or no? Vote your conscience. Vote who you want to vote for in America today. Red, 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 red. Thank you. I rest my case. I think it's so interesting in America today that we're told, well, you're black, you have to vote for this person. You're Jewish, you have to vote for this person. You're white, what's going on here? By the way, thank God it doesn't work that way. Thank God, because I'll tell you what percentage of America is white right now? About 60%. What percentage is Latino, Hispanic? About 20%. What percentage is African American black? About 13%. Asian, I think 5%. Native American, 1%. Thank God we're not voting by, this is my number, I have to vote by it. The beauty of America is, vote for whoever the hell you want to vote for that does what? Helps you. When you vote, you know what you can be? Selfish. I want to vote for what helps me. I want to vote for what helps my family. I want to vote what I think will help my country. It's totally okay to vote for whoever you want. You can be a black woman and vote for Trump. You can be a white guy and vote for Kamala Harris. It don't work that way, Joy Reid, in identity politics. And I'm sick of it. And this is the main reason why someone who formerly voted for the Democrats just can't deal with this anymore. I'd rather vote for the angry, stubborn Donald Trump that pisses people off, but He knows what a man is and he knows what a woman is. And he's not checking boxes left and right. This is what's going on here. What threw it off to me, do you remember what we did when we were interviewing people on a model volleyball event? What day was that on?
Oh, Trans Day. Or
It was on
something.
what day?
It was like
No, what was
it
the
on
holiday?
Easter.
It was on Easter.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden tweets what?
Happy
Transgender Visibility Day. I said,
Oh,
yo,
God.
what is going on here right now? So America, whoever you are, you have my permission to vote for whoever you want, whatever color, whatever race, whatever candidate. Don't apologize to anybody. If you like Kamala, God bless. I don't know why.
Educate yourself.
But if you like Trump, stop hiding that you like Trump. It's not 2016 where it's like, oh shit, I don't want people to know. Do you? This is America. Forget about censorship. Forget about cancel culture. America, you vote who you want to vote for. Full stop. Thank you guys. Anyways, thank you guys for being here on the show today. I think these are the types of conversations that are super important to have in America. Black, white, Latino, Asian, this, the pussy whisper, all that fun stuff that's going on here. I think it's just super important. So thank you guys. Give yourself a round of applause for being here today. We'll go around the table. Let everybody know where to find you. There's your camera right there. Go ahead.
You guys can find me anywhere on Turning Point USA platforms or my own. If you can spell my name, you can find me. It's Morgonn, just Morgan.
Jorge, tell them where to find you, especially at
Bodega,
Bodega.
baby. South Beach.
Bodega.
16th and Alton.
That's
My
right.
Instagram is linked below. Holla at me.
Bodega South Beach. You be there, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. Annie, thank you for being here.
Thank you. All social platforms at Tune Into Fitness or at Annie Cooper. Either one.
Brandon.
Brandon Aceto, YouTube, X, Insta, the whole nine.
Brandon, you were so excited to talk all day. At the final conclusion, you're like, whatever. Go ahead, Jayla.
Jayla Anderson, JLA Anderson on all platforms.
Shay.
Shea Butter Instagram. That's it.
You know it.
Shea Butter.
Miss Padrino.
Laura Padrino on Instagram and on Minect. So Minect with me.
Flava, thanks for being here, buddy.
Flavor, Fleyva. You can find me everywhere. And August 8th at the Miami Improv.
Sick.
Oh, that's right.
Credit Carla.
You can find me anywhere. Credit Carla. Credit with a C, Carla with a K. Some people can't spell. Thank you, guys.
I like that name. It sticks. And last but not least, she didn't get this position because it was a DEI hire. She's loyal. She's great. And I learned today that women are crazy as fuck sometimes. So you just got to deal with it when they have. Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that. Natty, tell people where to find you, and if they need to communicate, want to be on the...
Yes, Natalia Del Valle, all platforms. You can connect with me if you have any questions. If you're looking to possibly come on the show, also connect with me there through Instagram. And aside from that, thank you guys for tuning in today.
Thank you. And last but not least, Alejandra. Say hi to Alejandra. She's back there. We do the show every Tuesday and Thursday. Come be a part of what we're doing. Shout out to what we're doing at the Vault. Can I get one last thing for the Vault?
Yes.
Guys, I said it before and I'll say it again. Wait till we got it. The Vault. The best event for entrepreneurs, for executives, for CEO, for salespeople, for people that are trying to scale their business in the world is happening at the Vault September 4th through 7th in Palm Beach, Florida, PBD. Last year we had Tom Brady, we had Mike Tyson. We have had all sorts of celebrities that you can learn from this year. The one and only Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Can you smell what Valuetainment is cooking over here at the Vault? Get your tickets below. Do we have a link below?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
we
in the
linking
comments.
below. Come join us at the Vault. Be a part of it. Come join your boy Saz. Come join PBD and The Rock this September 4th through 7th at the Vault. Get your tickets now. Click the link below in the bio. We'll see you guys next week, only on the SOSCAST. We're out of here.
It's the SOSCAST, baby.
Nice. Okay.
Sick
before-
job, guys.